Dad leaving me a voice message. It's so funny. I love my dad.
Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and calling yourself crypto livers. What a beautiful, beautiful day it is to be alive here in cryptocurrency. You know what? These are the times, baby. You know, my channel started. Let's talk about something real quick. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin in a second. I talked about this diamond in my crew. A broadening falling wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Fell to the downside. The falling wedge broke down, which only happens 32% of the time, but it did. This was a diamond, and the diamond did break to the downside, you know? Diamond in, diamond out. So when you know your patterns, you can kind of predict what's going to happen. Diamond in, diamond out. It was pretty kind of apparent there that diamond would take us down, and we talked about that in the group. Shout out to all my lifers. Shout out to everyone that jumped on in. Shout out to Crypto Don Juan, holding me down when I had 10 subscribers. He probably was one of my 30th subscriber that I ever had. The Big Short is coming. I don't know. It may or may not. I think if a lot of people think the Big Short is coming, maybe it won't. I wouldn't short this until we broke this lower low here. I would not. This is when I would short. Bitcoin would break this, come up for the retest, and bang. This would be my short. Only when we broke this lower low. That would be my short, and I would take Bitcoin down, right? To this rising wedge to the downside here to the target at 33,000 on the dot. So that's the short. We break this lower low. We come back for a retest. We hit the 36,000. We try to break 37K. We don't break it, and I would short 37 down to $33,000. That's the short I would do, but I wouldn't hit the short unless it is right. So I don't know if the Big Short is coming yet. Don Juan, I wouldn't put I wouldn't be shorting Bitcoin. I wouldn't be planning to short it until I see that happen. That has to happen for me to short. I'm not just going to open up a short. Okay. The market makers have plans. When most people think it's going to go down, it usually doesn't. So just be careful. Just be careful. Okay. Every time you think something, oh, it's going this way. It's going, I know, definitely, is coming, stuff like that. But again, I mean, we kind of predicted this. It was obvious. This looked just like that. Even in my group, people had the diamond plan. So my whole group was all over this. If you're in my trading group, it was like known that we were going to go down this morning. So my own group taught me. I opened up the chats this morning. I was like, oh, they were up at 2, 3 in the morning, feverishly. And just make sure everyone gets some sleep. I see some people in my group at 1 a.m. and then they're in the group at 5 a.m. Like, just make sure you get some sleep. Like last night, I made sure I said, you know what, tonight I'm going to get a good night of sleep. It's going to be the first thing I do, kind of take care of the body, mind, and soul. Make sure I'm ready to go for my team, for my group, you know? This is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You could say we already kind of breached. You could say right there is a breach. You could try to say we're hanging on. To me, I feel like we did breach. Like we broke trend line. That could be a bearish retest too. Trying to get back into the target and then we could dump, right? I'm weary of this lower low here, and I want to make sure we make a higher low or a lower low before I begin to short or long, right? If we make a higher low, I'd long. If we make a lower low, I short. I figure out the trend based on the support and resistance, the higher highs and the lower lows, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to get into your support and resistance. You got to understand what it means to run support and resistance, okay? I did a boot camp, support and resistance boot camp on Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. It's the weekly screen share. Today for 2 hours. We hang out from 6 to 8:30 with my group. We break it down. We go over charts. We talk about the market. We look at all big, little, every single thing there is to look at and more. Also go over my Token Metrics account, which costs me $85 a month. So included in your $99 a month, you get Token Metrics once a week. It's just the dumbest thing, in my humble opinion, to leave the group. If you're in crypto, and if you make the decision to be in crypto, I shouldn't say dumb, I shouldn't use that word, but I think it's highly uncalculated. How's that? I think it's highly uncalculated to leave the trading group, okay? Specifically because you've never seen someone that goes on live every single day. So you can always know that that person's going to be there. You can look them right in the face and be like, this is who I'm spending my money with. This is who I'm hanging out with. And it's even different than a recorded video, because recorded video, I can do whatever I want. This is live. I'm right here, live. You can ask me a question right now. I always tell people, like, feel free to send in a $1.99 super chat and ask a serious tutoring question. Like, I will break down a teaching class right here on the live stream. Like, this started as teaching and it will be as teaching. Like, that'll be as such. So, I love YouTube and I love, the popularity. It's fun and all that. But at the end of the day, this is an educational channel. I started this channel to help others learn. That's the main crux of this channel. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. doing damage, and got to put the lemons in the lemon water when you can. Okay, so rising wedges do break down 68% of the time. We've been waiting for this to break down there, break down there, break down there, beginning to break down. However, the 1 hour is getting oversold. Possibly we could be hitting the end of where we might be bouncing here off this low point at 37,600. Again, we broke 38K. Again, 38K was a major place where we needed to hold. 38K was really the line in the sand. You break 38K, you go into 30K. You held above 38K, you could go to 50K. It was really the door to either direction. Now, this could be a short squeeze, and they could rip it right back up. Anything is possible. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, though. 4 hour was going to dump on us. We were talking about the 4 hour, and I said the looming 4 hour for the last 2 days. I said that 4 hour wants to dump on you, and you know it's coming. You know it's coming. I went over the live stream yesterday on the live because I remember someone saying, oh, the Stokes are covered. Yesterday on the live stream, I said, how do you know we're going to dump? I'm like, well, we were high here in the 4 hour. All you got to do, I don't know how that happened. All you have to do is make sure you go back in time and study. So what I do is I look at the price. Whenever I'm weary of something or I'm not sure, I go back to price action and stochastics. All right? Look, you can bump it up, put them right next to each other, right? And then look and be like, okay, when we got high here, we took a nasty dump, a horrible one. Last time we were high here, nice little dump. Nice time we were high here, at least not a huge dump, but a dump. And we're high here again, and we start to dump. So 1, 2, 3, and then here we were high, dump, and then 4 hour was getting high up here in this zone. And it led to a nasty dump. So whenever I'm high on the 4 hour, I don't play around. Like, I know that, perfect time to short the market, I personally didn't open a short there because some days I don't trade. I chose not to trade last night. I took the night off from trading. I said, you know what? I need my mind to rest. You don't have to be in a trade every single day. I see people obsessively in trades in my group, and I can tell people who are over trading. I know you. I know who you are. I can tell because I did all the things you're doing 100 times over. Overtrading is the leading cause for people to leave the market. Let me say it again. Overtrading is the leading cause for people to leave the market. Sometimes it's just the best thing to do is to leave your capital alone and wait for the opportune time to enter the market. So that's what I do with a majority of my capital. I don't go all in. I make a calculated effort to wait, and I go in at the proper time, okay? Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Patience is everything when it comes to trading, okay? So again, rising wedges break to the downside 68% of the time. To me, it is breaching the rising wedge. However, we breached this here and came back into the pattern. We could break back into the pattern. I've seen it happen. They've been doing a lot of this recently. But there's a 68% chance, which is the highest, that we go all the way down to here or right back to the beginning of the channel. Usually, it's the beginning of the channel. So that's your measured move right here for the rising wedge, somewhere right around there, 33,700, okay? 33,700. How could that not happen? And also look at the daily time frame. The daily also beginning its dumpage, right? And look at that. Nasty dumpage coming on the daily. And we talked about this. I said there's a miracle few times where I said there was like 2 times in the chart where the daily continued to move out of here. I said those are the exceptions to the rule, but 90% of the time, when you're high on the stochastics, you're going to dump. Also, I teach all of you this stuff. Falling volume with rising price is bearish. How can you keep going this way if you're losing the people that are putting it in? You see what I'm saying? So I talked about this for the last 3 days over and over again. You could not say that you weren't prepared for this if you're in my trading group. My trading group was thoroughly prepared for these ideals, okay? I was bearish. I kept saying we're not making higher highs here, folks, on the 4 hour. Here we did, fine. And you know what? I'll take it as such. I mean, if we could make a higher low, like if we bounce here off of 35,500, then this will be good. That will be a macro higher low, and we could begin to build. But that's something that's going to happen first for me to even begin to start to be bullish. right now we got to see what's going to happen here on the daily time frame. Okay. Remember, the 3-day and the weekly still oversold, and they do have hidden bullish, and it says that we want to make a push to the upside, but we can still sweep the 30K lows. So levels to watch on a macro scale, right? Let's look at your macro levels for Bitcoin. Okay. Obviously, your next big resistance is here at 41,700. You could call it 42, but you know. $41.8 really, and then that's another zone. You could put that zone, but like you got to get above 43K. The wick is even at 44K, but you got to get a candle close above that resistance, right? Number one. And now you're holding support, right here. 36K that we bounced off of there. Okay, so you break 36K. You got this little shelf here at 34.2. And then you're coming back down to sweep the 31,000 and these wicks, right? So levels to watch on the weekly. All right. These are levels to watch on the weekly time frame. All right. MACD is starting to turn, saying, hey, can we get some love? We do see the tweezer bottoms with giant wicks to the upside. We see an indecision doji right now on the weekly time frame. That's not too bad. Look, it's wicking up and down, showing signs of buyers and sellers kind of finding some indecision in the middle. And again, as I've said before, we do see hidden bullish divergence, swing up to swing up from candle body to candle body. And this is swing down to swing down. It tells us that the trend will continue to the upside. Okay, the trend will continue to the upside. So bang, 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 bang. Hidden bullish, trend will continue to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here. So again, this is this is what I see happening here. Okay, an extension to the upside if this can hold. All right, so some signs of life. I know we're hanging by a string here, but signs of life. I mean, if anything, I'll tell you right now, this is where I accumulate BTC. At least this is where I start. Like I started buying in here. This is where I buy Bitcoin. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy, right? You do whatever makes you happy and that feels right to you, you know? And if you're not sure, then get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any coin, project, or trade. Do anything I do on this channel. Nothing I do on this channel should be taken as financial advice. It's for educational purposes and entertainment. Some people are just entertained to see a guy like me just crazy buying Bitcoin when everyone else is freaking out. You know, they find it amazing. They're like, wow, that's fun to watch. So just like people like watching a guy swim in a Shark Tank, people like watching me swim around the Satoshis. All right. So I don't know if I made you laugh. If I did, I'm trying to. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. So check it out. I will transfer. And today, right now, at this very moment, I will be buying a little bit of Bitcoin. Just a niblet. Not too much, just a niblet. Prices will probably go lower. So I'm just going to buy a niblet. And that's what I do. Every other day, every few days, I continuously just buy some Bitcoin. All right? That's what I do. And I'm about to do it live on camera just to let you know how I does it, right? Just buying a little bit more Bitcoin for safekeeping for the long haul. I'll hold it for a long time. All right. Here on in a beautiful place called KuCoin. KuCoin is an amazing exchange. Really like it. Look, they even have this. This is an external, another security code there, so people can't just do whatever they want. And look, I'm gonna put in $500 of USDT. I'm gonna hit the price at a little above the price at 34,494. And right. And I'm going to be buying, that USD, oh yeah. And I'm going to buy what, I think it's 005. That's 187. So 001, 374, 003 would be like $1,000. 0025, 900, 002, 700, 0015, 562. And there you go. I'm going to buy 0.015 of Bitcoin right now. And yeah. I had this issue the other day. Again, I go to 3 commas and I end up doing it on 3 commas. Some strong divergence here playing out for Bitcoin too on this 5-minute time frame. All right, we'll get into that in a second. Please enter a valid number. 0.0555, like. Just market buy $500 worth of Bitcoin. Other thing that I'm trying, wait. Yeah, okay. Volume 500, best market price. There you go. And you just place an order successfully, and then you can look at your order history, market order, trade history, market order buy Bitcoin. And look, they gave it to me at 36,500. Like, look, they went up $10 on the price. And I got, look, oh, but look, it had 33 in it. Oh my God, look, I bought 0.013333. That's insane. I'm not even making it up. Look, 0.01. That's insane. That's crazy. Like, it really was. Look, I bought 0.01333. Like, I tell you, everything I do is on the 33s, man. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, so I just like to buy Bitcoin live on camera. I'm one of the only people that does it consistently. And I just show people that I continuously stack my Satoshis over and over and over again. And I'm not bashful about it at all, okay? And I take niblets, 37, 31. It could go to 28. It could go to 15. That's fine with me. I will continue to buy the lows, okay? I will continue to buy in these areas. It's where I will stack my bags for the long haul, all right? I'll hold that Bitcoin that I just bought for the next 2 to 3 years. And I'll see where it's at. 2-3 years from now, we'll come back. Remember that Bitcoin I bought that day? Let's check up where it is now. How much is the $500 now after all the inflation, all the war, all the craziness? And look, the fear and greed index just keeps pushing up back to 28 from 26. You'd expect it to go down, but it seems not. Now, whales have been buying up the price of Bitcoin. We've been watching on-chain data. Whales have been buying up the price of Bitcoin in an absurd way. Let's take a look here at the 5-minute. Starting to push on up here a little bit. And it's showing signs of bullish divergence. See? You have a swing down here on the 5-minute chart. And you have swing up to swing up here on the RSI. It tells you that the price action probably will pump from here 37.5. Get a little bit of a pump out of this falling wedge. Can we get a move back to the upside? Inverted Bart Simpson on the 5-minute. Nothing crazy to write home about. Like, that's not going to be huge gains at all. But I'm just showing you, scalping a 2.3%. If you use 3x leverage, which is what I use, a 3S token, a 3L token on this. And, again, you take whatever you can get no matter what. So I take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin 3L, USDT. On KuCoin, I take a look at the 5-minute chart. I zoom in here. I find my divergence. All right, I see the MACD is starting to turn a bit in my flavor, right? Stochastics are pushing up, though. Not you know what? The stochastics are actually suggesting that this might actually dump even more. Because they're getting high, Interesting. Treacherous day. I've been watching the market more than trading lately. I've just been watching the market, adding to long-term bags and watching the market. Funny, KuCoin USDT is pumping, but the 3X long is kind of, a little, it's starting to get a pump. Starting to get a bit of a pump. The divergence suggests that this will pump. I mean, that's strong divergence. Look at it. You have swing up to swing up, and you have swing down to swing down. I mean, that divergence tells you we should pump to the upside, at least to that 21-day moving average. Getting a little bit of a pump here for Bitcoin. Can it break on out? That's the only trade I see happening at the one moment. Everything else is looking pretty bearish. That 4 hours pushing down on us. The daily's pushing down on us. Rising wedge breaking to the downside as suggested. Okay? As suggested. So Just trying to show you how I take advantage of small time frames. I use the 5-minute. I track Bitcoin and a 3L or 3S token. I trade it on KuCoin. I keep it simple, right? It's not rocket science, okay? Let's take a look at the 1 hour coming to the downside, getting oversold though. Look at the last time we did this. This is something kind of funny. Watch this. Who's to say we can? Who's to say we can't, right? I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second here. Look at the BAZ pattern here. And I mean, they're identical patterns. Look at them. Like they were, like it did the exact same thing. Look at that. To a T. So are we just going to follow suit and bump out of this again, just like the last time? Kind of interesting, right? And make a higher low. It's strange, right? If I omit that, you have this like wedge going on here. And if I omit that middle, and it acted somewhat like a diamond, but. So this is a suggestion here. 1 hour is getting oversold. We do like to push up from there. 15 minutes saying enough is enough. Interesting. Yesterday, we played this same idea on the 15-minute, and we caught ourselves a nice little pop. Whole market's in fear. This is where you take advantage. Eventually, you learn to trade into fear. It becomes a habit. Like, I'm habitually trading into fear. I have no problems being like, all right, I'll take a trade on that. You know, like I just bought Bitcoin right around here, 37,500, right? So, and again, it's not a lot. Like, if you have 50K, think about it. You could buy $500. 10 times is 5K, right? And then 10 times, you could buy $500 100 times. If you do it 2 or 3 times a week and the bear market lasts like, I don't know, 2-3 months, right? You're talking 12 weeks times 336, right? So like, and maybe if it even goes a little longer, like let's say 16 weeks. So, and then some days you don't just put 500, you put a G in there. What my whole point is, you will end up using 50K and it will take you 3 months. That's what I do. I take a large amount of money and I distribute it for a long-term accumulation over Bitcoin. It's made me wealthy. It's helped my life out in many ways. Again, do whatever makes you happy. But it's what contributed to me being here on this YouTube channel every day. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here because I wouldn't have had the mental stability to had the nest egg that I had, and I wouldn't have been able to be like, all right, I'm in a good spot now in life. Like, but now I have a good savings just sitting there, and it's a long-term hold. Like, and that's the thing, you owe no taxes when you just hold Bitcoin. You just hold it. Don't sell it. Don't do anything with it. Just hold it. It's basically just like sitting on you're sitting on a long-term investment. You sell, you owe when you sell, right? And if you can hold over a year until they change the law right now, capital gains are like 20%, 17%. As opposed to your income, you get into the $1 million bracket range, you'll be paying 40%, right? So right there, you're going to save 20% in taxes. And if the money's big, think about that's a lot of money. So just something to think about and keep on the radar, right? Is holding your stocks longer than a year, holding your crypto longer than a year. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but it can be advantageous to be a long-term investor over being a short-term trader. But I keep 20% of my portfolio and I do try to swing trade, But again, that's just like, to try to take advantage of the market if there is opportunities in the market to be taken. All right. Let's take a look at CODOS. CODOS has been on my radar, talking about it recently, and it did get a little bit of a pump. It's been making some big moves in the metaverse and making some big connections. We talked about it the other day in an article. CODOS making moves in the metaverse, in the meta space, right? I want to look at Bunnyverse. I want to look at a bunch of different things today too as well. So we're looking at the 15-minute, kind of stopping Bitcoin from dumping any longer. All right. And that's weird. That deleted, but oh, it's Binance. Okay. But I would have sworn I did weekly. I did weekly chart already. Let's see here. Let me pop into the chat. Shout out to everyone here. 286 people watching on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it as I flash my email. Like, Jesus Christ. Today's just one of those days,
Shout out to
man.
everyone here, 286 people watching on the live.
Today's one of those
Today
days
is a
for me.
legend.
Contentos and mask. I like mask, right? Trying to mask your location. VPN style, privacy. I like anything that leads to privacy, adds to privacy, pushes privacy, right? CODOS had a little bit of a push to the upside. Let's look at COCOS. I've been watching COCOS as well. COCOS. So it did get the push up. We talked about COCOS getting a move to the upside. What did it get? I know I repositioned that when I redid it. Let's see. Let's look at this here. I mean, not bad, 15%. I mean, that's what I've been going for, everybody. I'm telling you right, it's been a sketchy market. Because of Bitcoin's volatility, like, look, this is Bitcoin dumping out of the pattern. This dumped this out of this pattern. So, like, patterns aren't playing out as perfectly. Things aren't great. You do have a higher low here, and you're holding support. All right? That's when I delete everything and try to make sense of what you see. It's a great project, COCOS. You know, to me, you have to say it fell out of the pattern and then see how it will go from there. And I don't like trading these days when patterns fall out. I want to see the structure form back again. I want to see what's going on. You could also see, look, shoulder, head, and shoulder. Some bearish tones inside of this kind of telling you there were some bearish things going down. Okay? Bitcoin losing some major support, which really stinks. That 38K was a big deal. And what you don't want to see is you don't want to see Bitcoin break 36. Because if it does, it's coming down to 35. And then if it does that, it's coming all the way down. And we've already gone over this. But if you're new to the channel, or if you're new to the show today, you just jumped in, I grabbed this fractal from here. They fit exactly perfectly. Like, it's the exact same pattern in a row. They just ran a market maker on it and they pressed play on some type of algorithm and it just did the same thing again. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. Like, Bart Simpson. So, all eyes on this trend line right here. Can it hold? All eyes on this trend line. Can it hold? We're in this big channel. Okay? And that's kind of where I stand here. All right? Can this trend line hold? Up, down, up, down, up. Can we get back up? 34,400. The volatility is crazy. Look at the order book just flying around on KuCoin. It's pretty out of control. Look at that. Like, people were buying, people were selling. It's just out of control. The volatility is insanity. We're going to take a look at the show in a second, too. We're going to take a look at the Dow Jones. We're going to take a look at everything in the world markets, the dollar, see what's happening around us. We're going to do some news, too, as well. So here we have it is a falling wedge on the 1 hour. 15-minute gives you a little more market structure. You're bent to the ground. You're oversold in the RSI. Last time the RSI was this low in the 15, we did get a bounce to the upside. So it's interesting. And the last time we were this low was January 30th, just a day ago, 2 days ago. But it takes literally like 2 or 3 days to get that low. Every time we get this low, we tend to have a bounce. We are making higher lows. I do have to put that. Higher low, higher low, higher low. So, like, it's a macro bullish sign. I know I'm giving you, and that's why this is a tough time to trade. If I was a beginner right now, I would not be trading. No, not at all, not even close. This would have been the most frustrating time of my life to trade if I was a beginner. I can only imagine, right? I can only imagine. And that's what's sad, too, is they make the best prices the toughest times to get in the market. They scare people away from the greatest times, and that's why you have to be mentally tough. You have to be mentally tough. All right? Like, I am built for this game. I'm what's called a lifer. I'm building people. I'm basically building people. Just like they try to make people who would fall suit, and the Federal Reserve tried to make everyone a pawn, listen to us. They built us. They programmed us to follow their game. I want to build people to follow the Bitcoin game. I want to reprogram people, re-educate. You ever heard of re-education camps? We should have re-education Bitcoin. I'm messing around, but you know what I'm saying. They're the ones saying that stuff. But I have Bitcoin. Should I sit or sell and rebuy? I would never tell you what to do with your money. That's up to you, my friend. I am not a financial advisor. Don't ask questions like that. They are baited questions. We only teach you how to use technical analysis to find your way. Biden approved U.S. troops. Oh, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Troops going here and there, whatever. You know what I do care? I care about the safety of the troops, and I love them, so I don't not care. Like, I am a strong supporter. My uncle went to Vietnam, came back, you know, went through a lot, right? Still goes through a lot, I'm sure, to this day. So, you know, my whole family's affected by that. And I just, moment of silence. Hold on. Moment of silence to everyone that serves in the U.S. forces. Moment of silence to all the, everyone that goes out there, all the paramedics, all the firemen, all the police officers right now. A moment of silence to everybody that's in the line of service for us, whether you're a Marine, a Navy SEAL. I don't care what you are. Moment of silence right now. Thank you for your contribution to our country. And if you're in another country, whoever you are, service member, and, you know, first of all, I am American, but service members everywhere and anywhere, thank you for your contribution to this country. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay? So what I'm seeing here is Bitcoin is making a higher low. All right? If this higher low can maintain 37,263, we can get a bounce. 15-minute is suggesting we do get a bit of a bounce here. All right? 5-minute did show us some strong bullish divergence that does want to make a bit of a move. However, we're getting at the end of our string here on the stochastics RSI, and we didn't really get much love out of that. But this is bullish divergence. I teach this to my students. I had a great beginner's course yesterday. The beginner's course, shout out to everyone that took that. Unbelievable. I always like the energy and when people come because it's people that want to learn. But yesterday, every Tuesday from 3 to 5, I teach basically the basics of how to read the charts. I teach how to look at the candles. I teach what the moving averages are, what the MACD is, what the RSI is, what the stochastics RSI is, how to find patterns and what divergence is, and then I give you a checklist and you know, a whole little way to look at it all. Give you a divergence cheat sheet, also give you a pattern sheet. You end up with a 8-page PowerPoint with a 9-point checklist, a proper risk management calculator, and more. All in 2 hours. This will blow your mind. Jump on in, sign up. You could pay right now in cryptocurrency or email cryptolifers@gmail to pay in cryptocurrency or pay in PayPal. But you can also hit the link and automate it and jump on into the class. It'll send you a receipt immediately from PayPal. All right, thank you for everyone who jumped on into that class. It's a great class. Great class. So look, this is going to push to the upside. Bitcoin, possible breakout of the falling wedge. We could see a bigger move. Okay? So that's the small idea though. All right? And even if that occurred, I just want to let everybody know I'm not screaming bullishness. I'm just saying that's the trade that I would see for today, just bouncing off the bottom of the channel. All right? Just bouncing off the bottom of the channel, moving back to the upside. We are oversold on the 1 hour and the 15-minute. It's highly likely we do push to the upside. It's highly likely we push to the upside. All right? The probabilities of these indicators. I'm not saying we're going to the upside. You have to remember that. When I say that, I'm saying you the probabilities of these indicators are indicating to me that we may push to the upside. So, again, what is trading? What is using indicators? It's simply using indicators to find a better probability of when and when not to get into a trade. That's simply how I do it. That's what trading is, using indicators to find the probability of when and when not to get into a trade. Like, it gives me the probability. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Just gives me the probability. That's all. That's it. That's it. Again, though, looming is this rising wedge. And a break to the downside would give us 33,161. The bigger time frame, which is the daily, suggests that this does occur. Okay. All right. And there's your support and resistance marked here. And I know I did this already, but maybe I accidentally. So we break this level. We'll even say this. We break that level, 36,008. I mean, it's over. We're going to come back down here to 35. And if we break 35, then we're coming for 33. The 33, baby. The 33. You know the 33 is coming. We wicked to it already, which I thought was funny. 32.9. So you already, the 33,000 orders did get picked up on a wick. That could have been the low. That would be hilarious if, you know, all those 33,000 orders got picked up. I grabbed it at 33,600. I saw some of my lifers jumping in too. I was actually pretty impressed by my lifers. Like, oh, I'm diving in. And I'm like, wow, you guys are, they're like, how could you not? 33K. Like, wow, you know. Hey, I could see 14K. I could see 10K. We could break these levels. Anything could happen to us. Max Pain. Be ready for anything in this game. I just want everyone to realize that. Be ready for what you never thought could happen. Tomorrow we could flip and go above 43K. And we could also dump to 20. Like, I am never, I'm telling you, once you've been in cryptocurrency for a long time, you're like, well, why are you in it then? Because in the long, long run, when it's all said and done, and when all these runs kind of finish their moves, you end up so much further away than where you began. But you just got to weather the storm. Think about how I went through here. I went up here, down here, up, thought we were amazing at 14K, only to see the pandemic come all the way back down to 30K, and like my heart just drop in my chest, where I'd buy more Bitcoin, more XRP, and then boom, XRP at 16 cents, and it would go to $1. I mean, you know, Bitcoin at 3,800, it would go to 70K basically. I mean, you can't beat those types of gains on an asset in less than 2 years. So, over time, crypto has made me a strong person emotionally, mentally. I'm mentally tough, I'm emotionally tough, and I battle through these times no matter what. And that's why I buy more BTC. Okay? Because I know in my heart of hearts, it's the scarcest asset in the world. And hodling the US dollar has never been a good look. I mean, for the last, Bitcoin is the new colonial script. I want that yelled through the town. I want that everywhere. I want that hashtagged all over the place. Bitcoin is the new colonial script. All right? We will not forget. We will not forget our forefathers. We will not forget why America is here. We will not forget what true freedom is. We will fight for true freedom at every step. Every step my feet take. Every breath I breathe in. Every time I walk outside in this world, every time I wake up, I will put myself out there for the little guy, for someone who doesn't have a voice, for someone who doesn't have a choice, for someone who is having their freedoms taken from them. And financial freedom to me is the greatest form of freedom, because when you take someone's financial freedom away, you take all their freedoms away. When someone is poor, they can't do anything for anybody. They can't help themselves. They can't even feed their children. When you can't feed your children, you're in a tough spot, right? So, again, breaching. You could say we're still hanging in there, but we're breaching. I mean, we're getting we're in the zone. We're in the zone, okay? We're in the zone. 37,000 breaks. We're coming back down to 36.7, and I'm telling you. And then there's a chance this begins the bigger short to the downside. However, I wouldn't begin to short yet. I just want to point that out. We are oversold on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. If you go in the past, if you would open a short here, just go in the past and say, if you had opened a short down here, how many times would it have worked out? When the 15 minute was low. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin pumped up. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin pumped up. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin went sideways slightly up. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin pumped up a little bit. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin pumped up a little bit. There it wouldn't, Bitcoin pumped up a little bit. There it wouldn't have been. There it wouldn't have been. You see, I'm juxtaposing the low stochastics, and had it been a good short, maybe this one you might be sideways. But none of them were good shorts when Bitcoin was low on the 15 minute. So I don't open shorts by that pure logic. It's obvious. I can kind of show you exactly why I do what I do. It's plain and clear. It's clear and simple. All right. Let's move on to the Dow Jones Industrial. So what I see for the Bitcoin is what I see for the Bitcoin, it has to hold this level here at 37,000. 37,000 a line in the sand for me. It breaks 37,000, we'll be looking at 36.8. It breaks 36.8, we'll be looking at 35.6. All right. A little bit right there, maybe, but. So the zones to watch for Bitcoin. I would rechart this right now and write it down. And look, you don't even have to know the numbers. Just put your lines right there. Put this line right there. Put this line there and this line there. Alt H, Alt H, Alt H. Because it's really not even about the number. It's about the zone. It's about the physical picture of what's happening in the price action here. We have slowly made a rising wedge to the upside. Last few times we went more sideways in our consolidation. Again, though, I'm not buying it, and I'm not excited about it until we get above bigger areas. Like, for instance, this is our resistance now at 39,251. That's like we need a candle to close on the daily above this line to stay bullish. Okay? Let's see what the 1 hour can do. Let's see what the 15 minute can do. suggesting that we do get a break to the upside. Like me personally, I would begin to open up a long here. I may even open up a long here. It's just highly volatile. It's sketch. But this is where a lot of people would never open a long. So you want to anti-trade the herd. If you can trade against the herd, then you're going to be in a good spot. Okay? Right? And again, you don't risk a lot. I downsize my positions in times like this. I downsize my positions. I trade less in these times. Okay? Also, I would wait for the 7-minute or the 5-minute to reset before I enter the trade. I'd wait for this divergence to occur. So divergence is here. It's about to get locked in. This is my trading style. I need to see a bullish pattern, falling wedge, right? I need to make sure the MACD is turning bullish. The blue line's curving towards the red line, and we're actually seeing some signs of like light bullish momentum. I need to see falling price with falling volume. We kind of see that. You know, volume is falling down a little bit. Price is falling down, so we should lose some of the moves. And stochastics has to come on down to the dotted line. Divergence will be established, and a falling wedge breaks up 68% of the time. So can we get it, right? And then we do have the swing down, established divergence there so far. So this is where, 30, and usually when we get to these levels, I always see us break the psychological number of 37. Usually it's like 36,750, 36,8 is where you open the long. We'll see. But I've been seeing this many times. They break the psychological level and usually boom. But the long is coming soon. Soon. There's a long coming soon. All right? I'm watching the chart here. I'm watching 3L right here. And eventually we're going to get a reversal, all right? That's what's going to happen. That's divergence. I don't even need to see the RSI. I know it is. You can add indicators here on KuCoin as well. Why is it Connor's RSI? I just want the RSI. Funny. Well, look, that RSI. Nah, see, that's not the RSI I want. Anyway, I don't know why it's doing that. Again, why I don't use the KuCoin chart. But again, I would keep my own chart here on the same asset. And that's established bullish divergence right there. It really is. I mean, the lower it gets, the more bullish it gets, in my opinion. The more, so just keep edging down, keep edging down. 1 minute's beat to the ground. Looking at the 1 minute, you can see the divergence right there. See that? This is how I used to leverage trade. Like, I would only find these and I would get in on them and just ride them back up to like these, to like this resistance or this resistance. That's it. I trade divergence all day long, and I trade against the herd. Like when everyone was freaking out, I'd be like, oh, that's my time to open the trade, right? You anti-trade the fear. Because right now people are they're like bugging out. They're like, oh my God, it's a red day, market's crashing. But like I see the 1 hour oversold and the 15-minute oversold, and that's where I enter my trades like over and over again. So I just see opportunity, and I'm just waiting. Like, my entry is close. Like, I almost can't wait any longer. Like, I just always know whenever I jump in now, almost every time I see it go back down to 36.9, right? So what I do is I start the trade, right? I start the trade. Get out of here. I start the trade with the 1,000 USDT spot. Limited. And again, I use 3 commas to do this, but I'm just showing you how, it's a lot easier on 3 commas. Okay. I'm going to open the trade and I'm going to show how I do it on 3 commas. All right. I love 3 commas too. Both links are in the description below. KuCoin and 3 commas. 3 commas is great. It's where you can open trades fast, furious, and get them going. Have them tracked way easier and better. All right. Let me just go to hide my balances so I'm not rude. Okay. Red day in the market, as you can see. I'm on KuCoin. I'll go to BTC 3L, right? Bang, bang, bang. I'm just going to put a G in the trade to begin with. I will add to it if the trade continues to go in my flavors. At 1268, 1268. I'm looking at it here, 1269. I'm looking at the order book and I'm looking at where I'm at. 1268, right? $1,000. Look how much easier this is. Take profit and a stop loss, right? If this gets worse, you got to look at your next support region, which is right there. If it breaks this level, 1203, then I'm out of the trade. I don't want to be in 1203, right? So you can put in here 1203. I personally, what I do though is I won't put a stop loss in. What I'll do is I'll put an alert on the chart. Okay? This is the key example. I put an alert at this line. Right here. Bang. When the alert hits, I get out of the trade because market makers could look for me. So I'm an alertness, but again, when I began for years and I wasn't if I was at work and I wasn't home, I had to put a stop loss. If you're not going to be able to be at the trade all day long, I know I'm going to be around my computer all day long. I know I'm going to be able to work this trade, right? So I'm entering the trade right now, okay, at 0.1269, right? And again, use small amounts when you're trying to do things. When I started out, I used very small amounts trying to do this stuff. I didn't go hard, you know. I'll try to get 26% out of the trade. Who knows? I'll look at it in a second, and I'm going to create that trade on 3 commas. Look how nice and quick 3 commas works for you. Bang, 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 opens the trade, right? And there, look, it opened the trade already for me. It put the $1,000 in at 12.68. It went back to 12.61. That's how leverage trading is, though. And I'm down $12, right? 1% already. But and you watch the trade, okay? And you watch the trade. I realized I did put a stop loss. I can edit that out and take the stop loss off at any time just by flipping this off, okay? And hit save changes. All right. Now we go to 36.8. I'm going to add to the trade. All right. We go to 36.8. I'm going to add to the trade. All right. And I may be wrong and I could get stopped out and then maybe, and it may not work. But this is a trading style that I've used many times and it has played out. So, you know, I have a high percentage win rate on this idea, but we'll see. We'll see. They're pushing the price down pretty hard right there. So we shall see. But that's 3 commas. Look how you can get in a trade, set your stop loss, set your take profit. They'll show you where you're at. It'll track the trade for you. It'll tell you what exchange you did it on, exactly when you did it. It'll give you a trade ID. It'll show how much you have of the asset, how much UST value it is. You can even click down here for more details, right? Entry price with exchange fees, current price, total profit or price condition, right? Price where you're at now, the volume, and the status if you did it or not. And when you got in, amazing. You could even add a note here, right? You can place a note here. So I hit this, and you could be like, oh, first leverage trade, you know, of February, right? Which it is. First leverage trade of February, right? And I could track it. And you could be like win or loss. You even have a diary later on. I love this thing. And 3 commas is amazing, okay? It's amazing. All right, so I personally am just pattern trading this back to the top of the pattern, nice and calm with the oversold 1 hour now, starting to curve to the downside. I like what I'm seeing there. Oversold 50-minute getting flatline and the divergence in the 5-minute, which suggests that we will push to the upside. These are all things that I look for whenever I enter a trade, and I see them now. So I enter the trade. It's simple. I don't really think about my emotions at all. It has nothing to do with my emotions. It has everything to do with the trade, all right? Now, many people will trade live on camera because they're afraid that the trade will go down on them and they'll look, you know, they're like afraid or something. I don't know. They're insecure. I know that it's okay if that trade doesn't go well, and it's okay if it does go well. Either way. All you can do is do your best every single day as a trader. Step up to the plate and do what you got to do. All right. Why am I keep buying? I don't know. You're travel nuts, I guess. Still dumping. Be mindful, people. Felipe. Don't ever do that, people. We need to retest the support. Wait for the pullback to confirm. So he's not a divergent trader. You never know, you know. Retest that support and dump, or bounce off this support and bounce. We do probably need to bounce off of 36,750 in my humble opinion. But at the same time, you know, then there we go. Bounce. You want to get that bounce right there. There's strong divergence in the 5-minute though. I'm telling you, like, it's very strong. So, scared money don't make money. This is strictly entertainment, people. So you think the market going down at the exact moment today that Biden announces more troops heading to Europe is just a coincidence? I mean, it's just a fear. It's just what they do, bro. It's market makers using people's fear. I don't listen to the fear at all. At all. At all. Like, look, the Dow's in a bull pennant in the 5-minute. Like, I know, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. What Biden's going to do, the charts are going to tell you. You see what I'm saying? Charts will tell you what these people are going to do. You don't need to listen to the people. The charts will tell you what they're going to do. Like, that's not, like, this is bullish right here. Right? Dow climbing. One hour is overbought. And everyone's, you know, yesterday I was like, the Dow's overbought. I mean, the stochastic said that they're going to have to come back down. Like, I don't know. It's just funny to me. Like, I just play stochastic. I don't listen to the news, man. I don't. Like, look, this is a high 4-hour. This is my drawing from yesterday with a circle and a point. That's how you know I said we're probably going to come back down. I said, I hope we bounce here off of 34,758. Or maybe we bounce here of 34,000. But the 4 hour is going to have to come to the downside. I mean, this is just what has to happen. Okay? War will bring havoc to the markets, though. Sign up for the Patreon. Learn to fish first. Felipe. George, you listen to the news too much. Charts of the news. None of that garbage. The media produces affects price action. Bitcoin dumped because it was programmed to the daily and the 4 hour were high. They had to come down for the dump. Exactly. Lifer knows what he's talking about, people. Doesn't mean you know what to do. Lifer knows what he's talking about, people. Doesn't mean you know what to do. Kick happy. Hit the like button for this man. I just buy Ethereum, sir. Shout out to Abdu, man. I appreciate you, Abdu. I just buy Ethereums. Hey, man, you do what you have to do in this crazy world, man. You do what you have to do. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. As it's starting to look a shoulder, head and a shoulder, starting to dump, but no. Getting caught by the 4 hour saying no. So Bitcoin dominance wants to pump again. I mean, that happens when what? When Bitcoin likes to dump, right? So we're watching this happen here, this kind of falling wedge for Bitcoin dominance, flagging a little bit. You can see it break out of this flag and get busy, all right? And get busy. Then we juxtapose the US tether dominance. We throw that in there just for a little added salt and pepper. It gives us that back and forth idea, all right? Let's go look at the daily, though, before we get crazy, right? Or the 4 hour here. And we've been showing that this does have some signs of life here. See this? We've been tracking this for the last few days, saying that it does want to pump to the upside. We were low on the 4 hour time frame. However, I mean, let's see how high this gets. If this just does something like this and gets rejected by this trend line, or these two trend lines dump, that's Bitcoin making a higher low. All right? That's Bitcoin making a higher low. Okay. Super chat Contento's mask. How are alts affected by USDT? Alts are affected by US tether dominance because, well, alts affect US tether dominance. Bitcoin affects altcoins. I'll do some, in a second, I'll make a nice drawing for this. I'll do a diagram because I'm good at teaching this stuff visually. 7.4 million Bitcoin shorted at 37,000 5 minutes ago. That guy's probably going to get rocked, in my humble opinion. Like, he's trading against the lifer. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Shout out to everyone here, man. Appreciate each and every one of you coming on in. Funbook Bunnyverse is a huge project. Just starting now, 2.3 million only, and I'm sure she will bring it up to 10.4. Wow, he's going hard with Kavita Smith. Hey, man, you kind of had me sold a little bit with Kavita, having been in TV my whole life, and then seeing her. I believe I'd seen her name before too, and I'd worked somewhat with her in some shape or form. Or she was on a memo. I just know her name, Kavita Smith. So, yeah, I mean, she's now backing Bunnyverse, and she was big in Century 21 Fox. So, hey, so Bitcoin Dominance wants to pump a little bit. It's behind, which is interesting. It's a little bit behind, but they do both want to kind of get busy. This is trying to get preemptive. This hasn't really started yet. Okay, so some mixed signals. The daily does want to pump, though. That's not a good sign. And we're starting to make a move. And so the daily says I'm ready to rock on US Tether dominance. It's a bit worrisome. Okay? It's a bit worrisome. Not sure why the RSI and the MACD are together, but don't worry about it right now. Anyway, same thing here, though. So when Bitcoin dominance wants to pump and Tether dominance wants to pump, it usually means Bitcoin is going to dump hard. And so it looks like we're going to see a big short coming. I do see a big short coming. After this 1 hour clears out of the way, I do see a big short coming. The short's moving right now. Remember, we started, I was down 12 beans. Now I'm down $0. So we'll see what happens. Avatar, Slumdog Millionaire, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Simpsons, Family Guy, and Prison Break. Kavita worked on PR for them. Not sure what that means. I mean, that means a big deal. She's really good at getting the word out, because those are shows everybody knew and everybody watched. And that's a movie, Slumdog Millionaire. I mean, they did a really good job promoting that. So don't you think she's going to get Bunnyverse in a lot of people's heads? Not before you're 23 a.m. here. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa coming through at 2:23 a.m. Unbelievable. The dedication is for real. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? We have 364 people. We have 164 likes. That's just not the life or way. If you're driving in your car, pull on over, hit that like button. If you're jogging, take a second to jog in place, pull your phone out, hit that like button. If you're working, wipe your hands off. If you're in the field, like Farmer D working in the farm, pull that phone out and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're at the computer and you just forget, sometimes I'm watching a live stream, I actually forget to hit the like button. It's happened to me probably 10, 20 times or more in my life. So hit that like button. I know you didn't do it on purpose. It's okay. We won't send anyone. Thank you so much for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Hit that like button. It helps other people learn how to juxtapose Bitcoin dominance and US Tether dominance. It helps other people learn how to trade the market. People learn what divergences. They see a live trade. They get immersed in cryptocurrency. They understand what colonial script is. They start learning historical facts about the monetary system, and you empower individuals. When you hit the like button, you're empowering individuals. If you don't hit the like button, you have said to me and the world around you and all of us here that you don't love freedom, that you don't want to help people become financially free, and that you'd rather lock them down. So hitting the like button is really just doing your part, like I do my part every single day. I have to show up. I had built a $20,000 studio, not to brag, but I put my money where my mouth is. I'm sitting in a studio that cost me $20K, from camera equipment to stand-up desks to monitors to screens to high-end microphones to the high-end cameras to the best quality I can provide for each and every one of you, to screen labs to freaking lights up the you name it. I painted walls. I brought it up to the highest level I could. All you have to do is hit the like button, nothing else. All right. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. So it looks like the Dow will go down today. 4 hour and the 1 hour both want to come back down. So that's just, we had our surge. Our double bottom played out beautifully. That was a double bottom played out beautifully, even though we had a kind of a right angle beat down, but we got a engulfing bullish candle right there, which brought us right back to gloriness. So when we retrace, we just got to watch levels tomorrow, 34.7 here. So the dump will start today. The Dow should end red, and the Dow should be red tomorrow, just based on on these oscillators. All right? Not really a big deal. Right? Not really a big deal. Tether dominance is moving up to the upside. We shall see. And Bitcoin struggling a little bit on the day as well. But it's back at 37,000. It battled 37,000 pretty hard. It's at 37,269. All right. Total market cap. Let's take a look at the total market cap. Now the total market cap falling out of the wedge too. You could say it's making a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That could be the right shoulder, but it's very, very stretched. However, for the total market cap, the 4 hour is getting closer to home. to the oversold region. It's a good sign that we may make a higher low. All we need is a higher low here on the 4-hour. If the 4-hour keeps oscillating, we get a higher low. It's a bullish sign for the total market cap. We are in a rising wedge that could break down, and we do have to watch it very, very closely. All right? If we zoom out, these are the levels we've been talking about and showing you. And if the daily dumps on us, we're going to be looking at 146 or 126. Right now, we're hovering above 161, but we broke 17. We're back to the 169 area. However, as I said before, can we make a higher low on the 4-hour time frame? The 1 hour suggesting that we do push back up to the upside here and start our move. So, again, I'm bullish on this little move right now for Bitcoin when the whole world is in fear. I am bullish. I also bought Bitcoin today on the live. I put my money where my mouth is, and I don't play games. All right? Can you do some TA on CRV, please? Anoop Chandra. Thank you so much, Anoop, for the 279 Canadian. I appreciate you so much for that. Every little bit helps. Thank you very, very much. And now let's get into the super chats. We went over the world markets, the Dow. I took a gander at Bitcoin dominance, US Tether dominance. We looked at total market cap. It's pretty solid for me. And Bitcoin in depth to the point of no return. So let's have fun now. Let's get into it. Let's get into the crypto lifer thing, and let's see what's hot today. Rep, which is interesting. Rep, BTC, banging on them. Augur, right? Funny, this is an oldie but goodie, but Augur doing some damage out of nowhere. Bang, 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 but it has a red engulfing candle immediately if you didn't take profitos. Up 23% too, though, even on the USDT pair. So some moves in Augur. Rep moving to the upside. Kin, BTC, making a bit of a move. Fell out of the pattern, bounced back up. Kin showing signs of a double bottom here for Kin BTC. Not many people know about Kin. I just feel like it can't get sold at one point. Like, not enough people even hold it. It's like an IO. I actually held some Kin on Mercatox. I sent it somewhere. I have like 2 million Kins, and I have no idea where they are. But they're worth like $30. So kudos for Wrapped ETH beating up a little bit. Ant beating up a little bit here. SNX getting a little bit of love back at $5, though. Come on, right? The Bitcoin down token. But look, it's getting oversold, overbought on the 1 hour. So just remember that. And it's about at resistance with the 200-day moving average. It's also showing you that maybe the end of the short. So if you played a short earlier today, might be time to kind of close that short down. Again, do whatever makes you happy. Rose broke out of an inverted head and shoulder, broke back up, and now it is testing the neckline. It's also, you can consider it a retest of an ascending triangle for Rose. So Rose retesting here. Rose retesting. Now, when Bitcoin bounces, everything's going to bounce with it, right? So just want to put that out there as well, right? Everything's going to bounce with it. KNC, BTC, something we were looking at the last few days, and you can see it did push up, came back down into the pattern, did push up. Let's see, from my initial idea here, it's up a little 5.3%, but you can see it never hit the stop or got very close. Stop loss would have been below this support region. All right. So KNC BTC starting to show some signs of life. It's oversold and it's actually still in a flag now. It's a good sign. So now you see it kind of doing this. Sorry. Now we see it doing this. And it just keeps pushing up. Just keeps pushing up against Bitcoin. Parsec making a bit of a flag here. So we're seeing some signs of life here. Oh, this is actually Bitcoin Gold, sorry. Which likes to follow Bitcoin. If Bitcoin likes to pump, Bitcoin Gold will get a little bit of a pump too. Funny, Bitcoin Gold for Bitcoin. It's so funny. Let's take a look at Soul TA from Grace Ashley Harris. Let's take a look at Contentos and Mask. Contentos, I believe, is just COCOS, right? Oh, COCOS. We went over COCOS already, though. I think I did go over COCOS BS at the beginning of the show. Fell out of the pattern here, right? You could kind of make it fat like this and say, okay, it's trying to make this bigger pattern. All right, we'll see what it does there. Waiting for that Bitcoin bounce. If Bitcoin can get that bounce, we shall see. If Bitcoin can get the bounce, we shall see. A lot of sideways action right now for Bitcoin, right? Markets are iffy, right? Markets are iffy. Don't worry, Joe Biden just sending troops so people don't laugh at him. You get what I'm saying? He's just like, oh, I got to send some troops. He's just trying to save face. That's all I think he's doing, right? I'm not worried about the news, man. Don't get into politics. I'm not a politician. I'm not either on either side. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I represent the blockchain party. I represent my own party. I've never been a follower of anyone else's party but my own. So I represent my own party, and we will install the blockchain party into American society slowly but surely, one day at a time, until everybody will be demanding the blockchain party. For the blockchain party stops the secrecy, stops the behind the scenes, and puts things back at the forefront, puts the power back into people's hands, and really is how we can reach the age of Aquarius of true enlightenment for all of humanity. Okay? I want true enlightenment for all of humanity. I want us to live in a beautiful place. And that's kind of, a utopian society. Can you do TIA and CRV? We'll take a look. But this is COCOS, Contentos. It could make a pop here. You could say it made a shoulder, head and shoulder, kind of bounced, dumped. This is a support region here, right there, because you see previous resistance. Hit, and we're bouncing. A little bit of resistance there where we bounce. Now we got to get above that. So if we can stay above 122, then it can start to make a move to the upside. But however, remember the bigger time frames like the daily are probably not in your favor. Let's take a look. Yeah, daily is extremely overbought, and you didn't really make a higher high. So you got to break this trend too. Okay? So you're fighting a trend line that you need to break above before you can really do anything else. Contentos. And the market's a little shady right now. Sammy Cuppenhady for president. Thank you. True enlightenment is what I need, because I'm a dim bulb. Nah, man, you're the best. Super chat mask. How are alts affected by USDT? Alts create USDT. When people get scared, when the market dumps, everyone's stop loss gets hit in US Tether, and they end up falling into Tether dominance. You get it? And they make Tether dominance go up because they're getting stopped out. That's all it is. When people get stopped out of their alts, they're playing US Tether pairs, and they end up getting thrown into Tether. And that brings the price of the Tether dominance up. And that's the relationship between alts and Tether dominance. Okay? Let's take a look at CRV and Sol, or actually Mask, which was asked way back then. Let's take a look at Mask here, the USDT pair for Mask. And I'll look at it on KuCoin. So Mask back to 5 beans. Struggling. I mean, everything is in a tough spot, and it could get worse. I just want to make it clear, it could get even worse. So just be careful. All right? Just be careful. That could dump back down on the daily. Back to, that says 54 cents. I mean, that's the measured move. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just showing you. Like, be careful. I tell you what, once an alt breaks a huge level of support or resistance, like, it's time to kind of like, that's why I either Bitcoin up or I Tether up. I've said before, I've had a big bag. My swing bag is all in Tether. I have my long-term positions, and my swing bag has been in Tether. Like, I've been jumping in and jumping out. I've said that to everyone in my group. Jumping in and jumping out. 10% here, 5% there, 16% there. Little by little. Things don't work out. Like, this trade doesn't work out, I'm going to cut it off at 8%, 9%. Walk away, $100 loss. Not think about it again. I'm not going to over-risk. I'm not going to over-trade. I'm a 23-year-old in tears of joy. Thanks again, guys. Anytime. Appreciate you. Up and down. He agreed and promoted you. Since then, you've proven the greatest wrench ever. You rock. Super chat. Mask. How are they affected? Boom, boom, boom. I know, right? Grace, I remember the day you became a mod. I questioned Lifer because there was absolutely no mods that day on the live. Funny. Muser doing damage. Muser banging on him. Uncle Muser in the house. Shout out to Uncle Muse. Uncle Musey. Up and down. Awesome job paying it forward. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on into the live. If Lifer was president, we would have luxury jungle cities, optimal health, and be in our spiritual prime. Oh yeah. Don't sleep on BNB. Sol, Dash, Zen, and AVAX. When Bitcoin goes, they're going to murder highs. Don't sleep on BNB, Sol, Dash, Zen, and AVAX. When Bitcoin goes, they're going to murder the highs. Oh, for sure. Sol, Dash, Zen, and AVAX, I believe. Yeah, I'm with you on Kick Happy. I could say that about 10 other coins too. Love the Lifer fam. We love you, brother. We love you. Shout out to Crypto Muser. Follow him on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. Follow him. We're getting to 1,000 subs. I know we can do it. Been out the house all day. Video coming out later today. Pabs, he will. I sent a super chat for it. Crypto Sam. There's a Crypto Sam now. I'm Crypto Sam now. Don't you think the downtrend comes down to just the lack of volume? We need to see a large volume candle or wick to change the current trend. I mean, volume will come in when you least expect it, though. So, like I look at the indicators. The indicators tell me when we're extended. The indicators kind of teach you where the volume should come in. They kind of like, it's like the bread, you know, it's a little like it's breadcrumbs. Lifer, what about Town? I don't know. What do you think about Town? That's a good restaurant in Edgartown. Have you ever eaten at Town? It's pretty good. So I think more downside can come out of Mask. Hate to say it. More downside could come out of Mask. I think it's a great project, though. I really do. But I'd watch that, man. That daily overbought, like, you need to have a double bottom soon or something to stop the pain. Because nothing seems to want to stop the pain here. Like, you get up, you get down, but yikes. That's also a bit of a diamond, and diamonds dump to the downside. What I'm trying to say is this. Look, that wick went up. Like, that's diamond status. And you drop to the downside. Okay, super chat, CRV and Soul. Let's take a look at CRV and Soul. Send in a super chat to help the channel, keep us moving at the speed of light, and jump on in. Everybody, that was the lame attempt at the likes getting up to 350. A lame attempt. You're telling me that 150 lifers won't hit the like button for the kid? All right, do whatever makes you happy. I appreciate it. I'm sure there's people that watch me, but they're like, they can't stand me, but they watch me anyway. There's some people that they get on my nerves, but I watch them anyway. And I thought about the other day, I'm like, man, there's probably some people who don't like me, but they watch me. Like, if they could hit the dislike button, they could, but it's not there anymore. But they still come every day because they just love hate. They love hating. They love the hate. Like, love is an addictive chemical. If you love to hate, you'll be addicted to hate. Isn't that weird? I don't love anybody. I don't hate. I just love to hate. Look at CRV. Falling wedge to the downside daily. I'd be very, very careful. A lot of these went up on the daily, but they did not make a higher high. They're starting to make moves. So all you can hope for is they don't make lower lows. That's it. Watch your macro scale. Like, you don't really have to trade right now. There's really no reason to trade unless you're trading a leverage trade quick to make a quick swing. Like, I wouldn't build long-term bags. Me personally, I wouldn't be dollar cost averaging it or anything because it's just, to me, I don't see it's not that time to build a bag right now. Like, I know when it's time to build a bag, and right now it's not the time to build a bag. This could go lower. Then it could bounce off the support region, get rejected, and go lower again. You can see CRV back all the way to the dumps and at the dollar region. Anything is possible. So I wouldn't ape into anything right now or begin to build a bag, personally. Just not my go-to right now. You do whatever makes you happy, but I'm weary. I'm watching Bitcoin every single day now. It's Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, I'm watching world markets. I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm watching the Dow. You know, I'm juxtaposing Tether dominance, Bitcoin dominance. And that's what we're going to be doing for the next few days, for the next few weeks until we find a bottom. And then we're going to be playing as many tokens as we can on the sidelines until we catch a bottom. Like, that's just how it works. That's strategy 101, you know. GSX looking like it's nicely in a bit of a bag here. Daily time frame has a little more momentum than others. Didn't really break out yet. Getting low, though. I like GSX right now for a possible pump to the upside. A little bit of a move here. GSX. GXS. 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 Sounds kind of cool. 262% gains if we can get a move on. We'll get some resistance right there. The 200-day moving average as well. But it doesn't have a lot once it starts cooking again. Get to a high back up $5.39. Oversold in the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Could see some signs of life for the GSX. Remember, that daily is looming, though. The daily is looming. Swing trade it. I'd swing trade it. That's about it. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Thank you for the super chats. Much love and respect to each and every one of you that sends a super chat to the channel and supports a guy who comes on every single day. Remember, I do not have a job. I trade for a living. I run a trading group. I give myself away for a living. That's exactly what I do. All right? Most rewarding thing that I could ever have done with my life. So, gave up the editing career, gave up the TV career, said enough is enough. Not that I wasn't on TV, but I was making it. in the behind the scenes, and just a lot of pompous, weird people in that industry that I was kind of sick of being around. Never really fit in, never really liked it. I like the creative and amazing people that I work with, like the visual effects editors, the graphic designers, the actors, the people that are on camera. Like, I like the people, but like the executive producers and all that stuff, bunch of garbage, you know. Anyway, this is a rising wedge breaking down 60% of the time, and that's what's happening. Look for SOL to come down and bounce again off of 97, breaking that $100 region. Okay. One thing that SOL did do is it breached this trend line. It did make a higher high from the previous left, right there. So now that's going to be after your challenge for a bounce, hopefully. Can it make the handle of the cup and handle? Sammy Cup and Handle, you could strike again. Look, no cup and handles today. Haven't drawn a lot of cup and handles. The market is different every single day, right? Market's never the same. And can we get the likes up to the watch? There's still 100 people just not willing to hit the like button. 100 people not willing to help somebody else out. 100 people doesn't want the algorithm to reach some beginner. Someone out there is lost right now. They're playing with crypto. They're losing money. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what the cup and handle is. They don't know what support and resistance is. They don't know how to read divergence. They don't know anything that could help them trade. They're stuck. And look, my trade's still down $2, even Stevens. We'll see. We shall see. That means my divergence is kind of stalling out the price there. Usually if you stall out, you should get a reversal, but we'll see. We shall see. So could SOL be making the shoulder the right, basically the falling wedge of the right side of this cup and handle? And to me it is. To me it possibly is. So I'm looking at that very, very closely. Again, great time to swing. Not a good time to build a bag. If you didn't build your bags when SOL was $20, $30, right? Like if you were one of the lifers, we were building bags of EGLD at $10, $20. We were building bags at AVE at $60. We were building bags of Atom at 5 beans. We were building bags of Phantom at 18 and 25. There's times to accumulate, and then there's times to ride the wave. Sometimes there's only 1 or 2 times you accumulate in a 2-year period. Can you believe that? Yeah, like the right time. Like the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't, and it could last a few weeks to a month or two, but you don't get them all the time. All right? So there's SOL in a bit of a nutshell there. The Binance pair. Is it going to make a cup and handle? That's its bullish way out. The daily is going to retrace. Didn't seem to get above this resistance here. And you have tweezer tops, don't you? Tweezer tops on the daily, no good. No good. 2 wicks together on the daily time frame. If I pull this away, tweezer tops on the daily is not a good sign. And SOL is a premier coin, so like if SOL is going to come down, every altcoin is going to come down. Like think about it. It's not saying they're going to follow SOL, but SOL is a good representation of the alts. Ethereum's also kind of like a little away. Like we're going to have to have a new market signifier. And to me, it's like SOL and AVAX, and right. And if they're going to start to tank, do you think some other coins is going to get strong out of nowhere? Just, oh yeah, you know, it's highly unlikely. You know what I'm saying? It's highly unlikely. We take a look at coin market cap, see what's going down on the day. Bitcoin down 7%. You take a look at the last 24 hours. Kuro Shiba. Look, there's always a crazy coin. That's insane. Look, up 2 bazillion percent. Isn't that funny? But look, it had no market cap and no volume at all. How could it be up? Like it's just baby white hamster up 3,800. It's great, but at 200, anything can go up with $272 in volume. You get it? You get it? Starbase, Dogeman, funny. Now, it's funny they changed this up because I used to just be able to see like whatever coin was in the top 100 that was still kind of kicking it. Still hanging in there, right? You see DAI, which is a stable coin, not doing anything. DAI, actually, no, yeah. Cosmos. That's weird. I've never seen that happen. Like it's just cutting off. Show 100 rows. There you go. So look, BitTorrent is up tiny bit in the week, right? Flow is up on the week, all right? Flow is interesting coin, has something to do with NFTs, right? Even HNT struggling, which is usually one of the stronger coins. Look at this, EGLD not down at all on the week. Tezos up 18% on the week, all right? Sandbox up 17% on the week. Ethereum Classic up 7% on the week. You can see they're defying odds as Bitcoin's down 2.33% on the week. Ethereum even up 1% on the week. Solana up 5.9% on the week. And what's a strong coin today? Well, Avalanche only down 2.3% at 69, but still. And Packet 156 for Matic, right? When Matic lost that $2 region. Crypto.com. These are projects that are going to be big in the next few years. You know, I would DCA into projects like Crypto.com. You know, a couple $100 there, a couple $100 there, nothing crazy until I slowly built a position. Even Chainlink back to 16, but went flat for the week. So a lot of altcoins went flat for the week while Bitcoin struggled. Or even, look, Mana even up. So you can see that there's some signs of life in the metaverse coins. Even, you know, some signs of life in the metaverse coins. VeChain back to 5 cents. I mean, Jesus. Theta back to 278. I mean, this thing was almost a $20 coin. Can you believe that? Harmony One back to 18 cents, down 10% on the week. Home market's pretty dismal. $7 for cake. Like, we are like, you know, we're in a tough spot. But you know, it's the greatest place for a beginner to jump on. And look, even KAWA going back to 18. And we were saying it was struggling at that 22 region if it didn't break above 23. Basic attention token. That's why everyone, like, I see my group, everyone's hungry for coins. And I'm always like, I'm telling everyone, like, you got to chill. Like, and look, there's my short finally up $1 now. I mean, not my short, my long for Bitcoin. I don't know why I felt like it was a short. My leverage trade, that's why. Kadena 567, right? So 5 alts that like I would not forget about. Kadena. I would keep Kadena on my radar. And I would continuously add to Kadena. I believe it's going to be a hot project. I don't think it can fail. I think it's going to do some damage. But that's me, personally. I like Kadena a lot. All right. Look at Render Token up 40% on the week. Render Token, strong coin right now. Probably one of the strongest coins in the game, if you really look at it. OMG, up a little bit, 5% on the week. OMC Go. These aren't projects I would be, you know. For me, the strongest project of 2022, Kadena. I believe AVAX is going to do numbers. Harmony One is something you definitely want to look at, right? Harmony One is definitely something you want to take a look at. I like it. I like HNT, but I think it's kind of had its moment. A lot of stuff has been priced in already. I would look for the next best type of project like that, like we found, which was MXC or something like that. Axie Infinity, I believe, could do numbers, but I believe it could get replaced. A lot of hype for a game that's not that great. Okay. Sandbox is something you definitely, I believe, want to stay in the game long term. Has partnerships with all the big boys. It's going to go places. Decentraland, definitely another. It's going to ride with Sand. Wherever Sand goes, Mana will go. It's the brother and the sister. They're going to move together, and they're going to move very well. All right. Near Protocol, another one on the radar. Definitely don't want to forget. And I believe Algorand has something to do with the reset. In your back pocket, FTT. Another good one to have on the low. Why? Well, because FTT token just is valued at 3.2 billion. The FTX exchange, like, it's Alameda. There's a lot going on with it, and I got faith. I got faith in that project. Tom Brady sprinkling his essence onto FTT token as well. It might be a great look. AVAX, one of my favorite things to do too. Look, they're putting little buys here. Look, buy, so you can go buy them. Funny, why are they putting a buy there on those and not everywhere else? Buy and get up to a 0.5% cash back. Invest in Matic instantly and secure using your credit card or debit card. Start building your portfolio now on Nexo. So Nexo put out an ad on and they put a little buy next, and that's a really good ad. That's a great ad. I mean, you don't even know what you can't see the ad, but you click on it, it ends up being the ad. Spooky Shiba. That's interesting. because that tells me it's probably on the Phantom. Is it on the Phantom Network? No, it's not. Spooky Shiba is one of those je ne sais quois. I'm telling you, $6.4 million market cap. Spooky Shiba could do it. Why? Because Spooky Swap, it's starting to make a move. Starting to make a bit of a move. And there's my short playing out. Someone was like, I wouldn't do that. I mean, my long. Sorry, I keep saying, I don't know why I keep calling it a short. Just because it felt like a short because it was in the depths of hell here. But I played this divergence, you know, and who knows? I could be completely wrong. We'll see. But I played this divergence here on the 5-minute. Last time we saw a strong divergence down here, something like way down there, like right here, something like this. It would eventually be pretty close to a low that would eventually move back up. It could look something like this. 37.33333, right when I looked at it. The 333 has been following me every time. I just looked at it. It was 33333. It disappeared now, but I'm telling you it was. So weird. So there you have it. And we watched that 15-minute. I usually don't go lower than the 15-minute. It's the 1 hour and the 15. And I mean, they're starting to make that move, pushing up. This is what I suggested. That's breaking out. So I made that long live on camera. Took a lot of gall to do it, right? I mean, the whole market was, but my indicators told me that it would play out well. All right, now I'm only up $9, but that's how you make 1%. Some people go for 1 to 3% a day. I mean, it is what it is, right? I'm trading leverage to get that 1%, you know? You compound every single day, little by little, and that's how you grow. There's the divergence playing out. 1 hour and the 15-minute, suggesting that we will get that move back to the upside. So I just played my system the way it's supposed to be played. Well, all you got to do is find a system and then keep playing it that way. I'm the same every day, all right? Did I call the divergence? Did I call the bottom? There's a chance. Even the 15-minute has strong divergence here. Class B, you could say almost Class C, but more like Class B for sure. Swing down with a swing down, and we push to the upside here on the divergence. If you learn your divergence, it will separate you from the herd as this trade is now up $11. Not a lot. I'm just showing you the grind, though. Showing you the grind. Put 10K in there, it would have been up $100. I trade a lot smaller when the market's not that great. I'm one of the only few traders that has a trading group that trades live in front of his students daily. I don't do it all the time, but I show you exactly the strategies that I use to teach you, and I do them live in front of everybody. Just to say, if I fell flat on my face, right, and I'm willing to say, you know, the trade could go wrong, and I could get stopped out. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to go into a trade knowing you may get stopped out. That's part of trading. Your succession, your continuation, your consistency is what will find you through. If you can't be consistent, you can't be a trader. You got to find consistency in your life. You got to find consistency in your life. I'm going to say it again. You got to find consistency in your life. Without consistency, you will never be able to harbor any real momentum. Consistency really pushes momentum. Crypto Rich, what's up, Sam? Thoughts on Bitcoin 3S and KuCoin? I see a cup and handle on the 4-hour time frame. Just want your feedback. Much love to you and your family. I'm trading 3L right now, so that might give you an idea that, you know, we're going to wait for the 1 hour to push to the upside first and get up here. Like, I'm going to trade 3L. All I do here is I trade the 1 hour. Might even trade the 15-minute. We'll see. But I'll put an alert here on the 15. I'll reassess. And I'll put an alert here on the 1 hour. And when we get up here, if we do, which I hope we do, then I close the trade out. Okay? You want to look at Bitcoin 3S. We'll take a look at it for a second. But again, on the daily, it does look good. We talked about that. I mean, the daily wants to dump on you. I just wouldn't open it yet. I wouldn't open it yet. Right? He said the 4-hour time frame, cup and handle on the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, I got a cup going on here, and I'm saying we're about to make the handle. I actually did this already on the live. Oh, this is Sol 3S? Sorry, I don't know how that happened. Bitcoin 3S. Okay, here's the 4 hour. Okay, yes. I do see a cup and handle. Look at it. Bang. Yeah, I mean, this is a setup I got here, right here. Look at this. This is actually up since we first talked about it. Had you opened the short at 185, this is actually up right now, which is quite interesting. I see this to flag out, right? Go down maybe, come down a little bit, or even go sideways. All right? Flag out and go sideways. But this is the next big trade I I plan on making. Let's see, the 4 hour is pushing up. Let's see. Let's see, but the 1 hour right now is not in your favor. The 1 hour is overbought. See that? So it's got to curve down first. It's got to curve down first on the stochastics RSI before I'll play with it. Let me zoom in here. Looks like a person dancing. Hey. So we spiked up. You can see we got rejected by previous resistance here. Right about there where we had previous resistance. We got pretty close. Now the candle fell below that area. We may retrace for the... What you really want is the retest, right? Bounce off this area here or bounce off a moving average. Let's see. And this is how we can assess Bitcoin too. If this goes flat, right? But yeah, I mean, I had a cup and handle for this. 4 hour does have momentum. Starting to push up. Didn't get too high. Look at it more on that daily. Like, look at that daily, though. Boom. This daily tells you there is a short looming for Bitcoin, and it looks like you can make a pretty penny on this short. So, once I get out of this quick little... I'm just swinging the long right now, but... I have to say, but, you know, the whole world's going to want a short. Usually when that happens, they try to wreck us the other way, but... we shall see. Show me the charts, and I will show you the news. The charts are suggesting possible short is going to be a nice move. Yeah, I'm with you, Crypto Rich. I've been looking at something very similar. Okay, up and down. He's 23 years old and in tears of joy. Thanks again, guys. What happened to up and down? In the past 2 hours, my life literally changed. I put a 25x short with a huge part of my wallet. With this money, I'm going to help my hardworking dad with our house mortgage. In the past 2 hours, my life literally changed. I put a 25x short with a huge part of my wallet. Jeez. With this money, I'm going to help my hardworking dad. Just be careful doing that. As fast as you gain that, you can lose it as well up and down. That's why your name might be up and down. But be careful, my friend. I love you. I'm happy you're going to help your dad out with the mortgage. It's a beautiful thing. ALEPH, ZERO, and DAG. Let's take a look at ALEPH, ZERO, and DAG. Thank you so much for the super chats. I don't know how I saw it, didn't see them, didn't hear them. Did they come on through? Update on DAG, TA, Grace Ashley Harris. Thank you, Grace. Appreciate you. Congratulations, up and down, with faith and dedication. He said in the past 2 hours, his life truly changed. He put a short and is going to help his hardworking dad with his house mortgage. 23 years old. When is the fake cry time? Oh, wow, that's funny. That's interesting. Now you're getting cocky. Time to leave. Pump fader. I shouldn't have read those. My bad. Let's move on from positive energy and positive people. Okay. When will you close your long position? When the stochastics get high on the alerts. When my stochastics hit the alert. Going down to Florida in March. You coming, Sam? Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. For sure. If you're there, I'm there. Of course. I got to build a studio there, like, or just a quick way to stream where it's all nice and cozy, you know? All nice and cozy. A lot of indecision today in the market, though, for sure. A lot of indecision in the market today, for sure. And I'll just be honest, I'm never cocky. My dad is 78 years old, and, like, he's close to getting, like, 80. And, like, I take care of my mom and dad, and, like, that humbles me every day. Like, my parents are old, right? So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just trying to be real here. Like, you know, soon I'm going to be the I'm going to be the guy, like, me and my sisters are going to control our family's destiny. Like, my parents are, you know, my parents need my help. Like, so, I don't know, man. When people say, I don't know, I just, it's a struggle every day, right? My wife saw her grandma, who basically raised her, was her mother, and her father died in the last year and a half. Deep dive on Jupe, Jupiter.io. We know Jupe. We've been playing around Jupe for a long time. Jupiter was an oldie but goodie back in the day. We'll take a look at Jupe. Huge news from KAWA. Releasing the bridge and contract back today. Already on ETH and SEX. Look it up. Do you mean KAWA or KAWA? So I never heard of KAWA. KAWA Inu? KAWA. Big news for KAWA. Maybe, maybe not. Let's take a look at it on Dex Guru. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't know. Be very careful with this coin, everybody. It's a micro cap. Could burn you. We'll take a look at... We looked at COCOS already like 4 times. Remember? It was Contentos. Like, we've looked at COCOS many times now. So look at this. This is a bit of a inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Could break it back to the upside, but this thing is down to the dump easies. Let's take a look at the 1 hour, the 4 hour. Yeah, this thing just came all the way back down. Looks like a rug pull to me. I don't know. You're all about the bridge and all that. That's great. Sounds awesome. I'm moving on. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing it up. But I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. Ahamadi 23. I appreciate you more than you would ever know. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very weary of this coin, and it's pretty sketch. So I'm going to move on. Maybe there's something to it. For me, there isn't. You know, I don't even want to really tell other people about it at the moment. All right. Watch it go up tomorrow and be the biggest thing ever, and I'm like, dang, I wish I had talked about it. I'll look at the website too. You never know. The decentralized meme tome ecosystem. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Okay, let's take a look at Jup. Let's take a look at Jupe. And I love you. No offense to you, my friend, please. No offense to you. You might like the Camaro IROC Z. I might like the convertible Corvette. Like, no offense that we don't like each other's cars. It's all good. Please don't be offended. I love you with all my heart. All right. I love all of God's children, all of God's creations. I do, because when I use love in my heart, I'm surrounded by love. So the more I love, the more love I have. So I choose to love everyone I can. This is looking really nice. Whoever just gave me this is hot. This is Jupe still continuing to the upside. Okay. Yeah, Jupiter. Let's take a look at Jupe.io. It's flagging out right now. Yeah, this is the Metis. Remember, we talked about this like way back. Like way back. The Metis Messenger, right? And I bought a bag of Jupe like months ago, a long time ago. I mean, it's got a messenger, right? And you can get it on Apple Store, and it works. Like, I may start using Metis, actually. Something cool to use. So it's got a working app. It aims to make blockchain accessible and safe for everyone. Jupiter's military-grade encryption ensures that the user data is private and secure. Through our elite encryption capabilities, Jupiter can empower and adapts in public and private networks based on our clients, which is... We've gone over this many times on the channel. It has been like 6 or 7 months since we have talked about it. But we definitely gone over Jupe. I like it. I looked at the chart and I started to salivate. That is a beautiful look. Shoulder, head, and shoulder possibly. Yeah, falling off a little bit. But this is, I mean, forget that idea. That is a pennant that wants to break on out. And it's been pumping hard. Shout out to my people's Jupe. And there's not much out there. Slim pickings lately. This thing could do some damage. Another 65% gains out of Jupe. It's got a working app. It's doing what it needs to do. And the project's been around a good amount of time. So it's definitely something that I don't want to, you never know. But from what I've done in my research, I don't see a rug pull coming out of this thing at all. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it here on Twitter. Jump on in, right? The character of the owners determines the destiny of the asset, Bitcoin, right? First mover Asia, crypto prices rise with investors' appetite for risk, all right? And, yeah. Damn. Sent in an article. I guess it didn't get posted today for whatever reason. Okay. This looks beautiful to me. That's a bull pennant. Wants to pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing there. I did send the tweet out too in case you follow me on Twitter. You might just get a shot in your lap. You never know. All right. The Bitcoin's leverage trade is still up $12 now, 1.2%. It's all you could grab. You know, we'll see. Maybe we go sideways. We don't get much out of it at all. At all. Okay. And this is Jupe. And I don't even like pasting contract addresses. I like people going to find them themselves. So what I do is I post the coin market cap, and that's where they can figure that out, right? And you can kind of I just try to push people on their way. Go on your little merry way and start doing you're like, oh, let me find Jupiter. No, not go on your merry way, but find Jupiter, research it, find out what you like about it. Find out the market cap, 13 million, got an app already, starting to show signs of life. It's flagging out. I like what I'm seeing here. It's on KuCoin as well. Oh, I didn't even know it was on KuCoin, man. When I got it, it was Pancake Swap easy. Oh, wow. It's on KuCoin. That's why you've been showing. And wow, massive move on KuCoin. There's your flag right there for Jupe. Wow, this thing's about to pump. This may be the trade of the day because it's the only thing showing big signs of life here. Doesn't really seem to care what Bitcoin's doing. The app launched. People are into it. Jupe. Shout out to Porter Rock. Always keeping us on our toes. Appreciate you, Porter. Much respect to you and yours. What I don't like about it, let's see here. There's your next lines of support and resistance. I like when my support's a little closer to the edge there. Still a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If this thing could do some damage, up 75% gains. Jupe. Interesting. Falling volume, falling prices. We could pop. We're just, sellers aren't. Take a look at the 4-hour. A little spent on the 4-hour. Maybe you get a scalp on the 1 hour with this Bitcoin pump. Possible scalp, though. Be very careful. High risk, possible scalp. High risk, possible scalp. Today is the weekly screen share. Clear your schedule from 6 p.m. Eastern Time to 8:30 Eastern Time to spend time with the lifer for 2 hours. We have a private screen share with the patrons. We do it once a week. I go over token metrics. We go over the every single thing. We even talk about just all different types of stuff comes out. It's a very intimate, very great setting. I learned so much during the screen shares. I have a blast. We also do a Q&A at the end. People talk, have a blast, and have a discussion. So can't wait to see everyone later on today for the weekly screen share. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Thank you to everyone that jumped on into the Patreon today. A lot of new people in the Patreon. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. A lot of people paying in cryptocurrency too. My wife and family appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Okay. Let me get back into that chat. Deep dive on Jupe, KAWA. Thank you for the deep dive on Jupe. Releasing on BSC today too. Typo mistake. Thanks, mate. Releasing on BSC today. Thanks, mate. I don't know. Super chats, COCOS. We went over, was gone over, not COS. No, I went over Contentos. I would have sworn I went over Contentos at the beginning of the live stream. Right? Maybe I didn't. Let's double check. It's funny. It looks just like COCOS. But it was in a falling wedge. Beautiful. It fell out. Every pattern fell out. Let's watch to see what they do. Can they break back in? You could extend the pattern. Just say it's wider and it needs to break to the upside. Again, all odds on Bitcoin though. Bitcoin doesn't go sideways. Bitcoin doesn't make a higher high. Neither does this. This 1 hour just kind of flails to you might just even come up. You could see one of two things. Come up here, reset, dump, or you can come up here. And so you need to know if this is going to break resistance or not. That's really going to give it its so today is really, in my personal opinion, it's not a day to trade. It's a day to see if you can break resistance and bounce off it. And then tomorrow, later on today, you trade the res. You long that or you short this. We're in a big happenstance right now. I'm trying to teach you a lot as a more mature trader. That's another thing. It's really hard for mature traders to convey messages to beginner traders because they haven't seen what a mature trader and they don't listen. I've seen it so many times. They're like, no, I'm going to keep trading today. I'm going to get it in. And I'm like, all right, do whatever makes you happy. It's like swimming where there's tons of sharks. And I'll be like, all right, you could swim when the sharks aren't there. Why don't I put 20 grand in the market when it's great instead of trading with 2 grand here and there when it stinks? Like, why not just go real hard when the market's nice instead of trying to play games when the market's sketch? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's smart ways to trade so you're not trading against yourself, right? There's smart ways to trade so you're not trading against yourself. I longed with you at 37.3, 12% already, right? I just feel like it's wise to short some things while I'm ahead. It is. You see Hub thinking of buying on the lows. Have you seen Hubble HBB thinking of buying on the lows? See Bitcoin, sir, it pumps good. I love y'all. You're funny, man. Yeah, I mean, there's the pump I called. I mean, to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. That's why people should trust the lifer, right? Who else would have called this reversal while everyone else was bugging out? Nice and calmly threw $1,000 leverage in there. Just to show y'all, I'm up 16 bucks. It's not amazing. It's not nothing huge, up 1.3%. Should have used 10x leverage, right? But again, shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda. I just wanted to show you, it was more of an exercise to prove to you how much I believed in my divergences, how much I believed in my trading style. Again, we can make a higher low here and dump. I mean, the 5 minute says not that strong yet, but the 15 minute doing great. 15 minute doing what it's supposed to do. 1 hour still has a lot of legs for this move to continue. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Rejected by 37,750 or 38,27. Either way, I'm going to ride this one out hard. I had to dump 14 looters, and now I can already get 17 instead. I'm with you, which means I'm buying 1 Ethereum with you. Where's Greg the Sniper? That's a meme right there. There's a way to trade so you're trading against yourself. Yeah. ALEPH is very interesting now. Twist on blockchain technology. I think, I love ALEPH. Trust me, I'm all over it. I looked at it. I thought it was amazing. Amazing, amazing. Now I'm up 17 bucks. Now enough to actually take profit if it's possible. But what is $20? Super chat, ALEPH, Zero, DAG, KAWA, and PR. We looked at KAWA. Let's take a look at DAG, which is an update for Grace Ashley Harris. Thank you so much. Constellation. So DAG. So look what DAG did. It broke out, came back down and hit a retest. Like, it's kind of doing this now. It's getting tight. Forming a bit of like a pennant, possibly. Kind of a symmetrical triangle, you could say. I believe, yeah, a symmetrical triangle, which is a 50-50 bilateral pattern. Could break out either way. The 1 hour suggests it would break up to the upside. If Bitcoin can continue the move, then the alts can pump up a little bit here too as well. So DAG might get a bit of a move. I would watch DAG here on the 1 hour. There's your update for DAG, your other support and resistance lines to watch out for. If you break 17, you're coming down to 16 and 14. So be careful. But this is DAG in a bit of a nutshell. Okay. DAG. And there's Gregory the Sniper. You show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Listening to the IMF or the U.S. government about Bitcoin. Rookie mistake. I love this guy. I don't know. He made these cute little memes, dude. They're mad cool. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dilemmas in life, man. Ah, my God. I'll keep it to myself today, but it's just, it's enough is enough. Sam's all mine, sweetie. No. Thank you so much for the TA and all the hard work today and every day. Shout out to Grace Ashley Harris. Diane, he likes blondes. You guys are funny. Wait, what's going on here? Super chat. What is going on in here? That's the greatest education in crypto ever. Thank you for saying that. BPAD Meister. Fred Stoner. MXC is worth a look. We looked at it yesterday. My wife says, what up, Sam? Shout out to DJ Porter Rock. And shout out to Mrs. DJ Porter Rock. Hope you and that little baby are doing well in the bitter. Super chat. Let's look at ALEPH. Let's look at ALEPH, DAG. We looked at DAG, KAWA, PYR. Vulcan Forge, I believe. Or is that, yeah, PYR should be Vulcan Forge. I know that. Man, that thing pumped from 11 back up to 13. I talked about that it could get some legs. This is a hot project that really doesn't care about the rest of the market, in my humble opinion. Like, Vulcan Forge is hot. It really is. It's flagging out here on the 1 hour, showing some signs of life. Let's zoom in here and see what we can see. To see what we could CCC. And all that we could CCC is the big old open CCC. So look, it's back in the pattern. It broke out, but broke back in. That's a bull rectangle to me, right? And length of that pole could break us back out. Vulcan Forge pushing up on the 1 hour. I would watch Vulcan Forge. It's on my radar. It's one project that I believe just has legs, has power, has movement, and can get some moves. So I like Vulcan Forge. I like what I'm seeing here for Vulcan Forge. On the 1 hour, a little bit of a scalp here for PYR. All right. Slim picking today. Be careful. Shout out to anyone that joined for the year. I appreciate that everyone joined for the year because you're with me. Now you're with me for the long haul. And you know what? If you join for the year, you're one of the smartest people because that means you're locked in. You're locked in and you've already taken care of payment. You're done. You're locked in for the whole year. Very smart move. A lot of people paid for the year in November and December and January. Thank you so much for people that paid for the annual subscription. It really, like, first time someone did it, I couldn't believe it. And then when it started happening more and more, I just was like, wow, people were paying for annual subscriptions. That's when I started stepping my game up and realized, man, there's got to be more. There's always more to do. There's always more to do. So looking at PYR, it's in a bit of a flag, could pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for PYR. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. PYR. Vulcan Forge, great project, everybody. Really good project. Like one of my favorite projects. Like something you definitely want to write down. They went all the way from like $1 to $40 faster than fast when just speculative. So you could see a big move out of Vulcan Forge. It's on my radar for sure today. All right. Fedcoin is coming. Say goodbye to your privacy in 2022. Fedcoin has a real potential. And it could be XRP, XLM, Quant, etc. They give it the tech. But it's all in some ways, dare I say, kind of biblical. Even one world, everything. Kind of is, man. It's creepy. Everything is coming into the exact... If you've ever read the Bible, which I wasn't always into it, but if you did read Bible end times and all that, mark of the hand and the beast, your forehead or your head. Right now they have facial technology, or they're going to put a chip in your hand where you're going to... I mean, we're getting into a really weird time. We're getting into a really weird time. So, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Oh yeah, Convex Finance. We were trading that back in the day when it was smaller. Came out on KuCoin today. Let's take a look at Convex Finance as well. New coin on KuCoin. And let's take a look at ALEPH. And is ALEPH zero or ALEPH? I mean, I like ALEPH. Or ALEPH. I don't know if you call it ALEPH. ALEPH. I call it ALEPH, but I don't know how else people pronounce it. Alphium, whatever you want, you know. So wow, look at this thing. That's sharp. That's a flag that wants to pop. I mean, that's about to do some damage right there. Like, if you ask me humbly, like that's on KuCoin. That's revving up. I like what I'm seeing there. Look at the 15-minute. Oh, it's got some movement. That's also cup and handle-esque. It's got the idea of a cup and handle. I made the least amount of cup and handles today than any other day on the channel. Crazy, right? Bit of a cup and handle here possible, though. for this idea. I like what I'm seeing here for ELF. Thank you for putting ELF on the radar for each and every one of us. That's a flag and a half right there, right? Doesn't take me long. Doesn't take me long. We got low Stokes, flags, action, 21-day moving average. We're getting moving averages tight. We're actually seeing the 50-day cross the 200 right there, which is a golden cross. The MACD is lack of bearish momentum, wants a bit of a turn, falling volume, falling price. It's kind of everything that I see here for a bit of a move. Trade of the day. Trade of the day is ELF, man. I like what I'm seeing for it. Looks pretty good. What is the trade of the day? Trade is the day where I look at so many different trades, and it's the one where I find the highest potential probability that it looks like it's the one that the math kind of says, hey, you know, I'm just basically going on the statistics. Which coin looks like it could have the highest potential of a probability to break out? Yeah, I'm just going on the, I'm not saying that I personally think this is going to break out. I don't know. None of this is my own opinions. These are just the opinions of the charts. I'm just reassessing what the charts say. When the stochastics is extremely low, when you're in a bit of a flag, when you're bouncing off support, resistance right there, bouncing off support, when you got the 50-day cross and you're tight, and you have a bunch of other parameters that we looked at, there's some chance that you could get a bit of a move. This is also somewhat considered hidden bullish because you have a swing up to swing up sharp. Here you swing up, but not nearly the same. A bit of hidden bullish divergence possible. Go to the 15-minute, and it's actually even more apparent. So hidden bullish divergence on the 15-minute, suggesting that we will get a break out of this falling wedge to the upside. 68% chance that a falling wedge breaks to the upside as well. Bouncing off support. Low stochastics on the 1 hour. I like what I'm seeing for ALEPH or ALEPH, whatever you. I can't even. You know what I'm saying. It's the one with the A and the PH. ELF0. Roddy Robinson, my dude. Super chat. ELF0. It's ELF0, they are saying. What is ELF0? Like. Anyway, I'd rather trade ELF than ELF0, to be dead honest, so. I don't think there is an ELF. Maybe there is. Look, I trust all y'all, so there probably is. Look at ELF0. AZERO. Where do you find this thing? On MEX only, on MEX Global, MECX. Is that the Meyer exchange? Or is that, what is MEX? We looked at it before. MEX Global. Yeah, MEX Global. Looks like a cloud of Binance. I think that's all it is. It's the Binance cloud. Is this the Mandala exchange? It's the Mandala exchange, right? Maybe not. ELF0. Why is everyone hyped on this thing? ELF0. What is it? Wow, privacy enhancing public blockchain with infinite finality. ELF0 mainnet is live. Interesting. Why it works, scalability, decentralization, private smart contracts, hub and spoke operations model, file storage, proven security, DEX and decentralized dark pool. That's a good idea. Near free transfer transactions. Building on a multi-chain world. We trust that enterprise. Yep. ALEPH, BFT, cloud, private smart contracts, common, ELF0, Polkadot, Ethereum, BSC, and others. Private multi-token custody. Interesting. What did we find yesterday that was like a you could trade anything you want anywhere? Remember, it was like two names. Depot. Write Depot down. I think Depot's hot. Depot. All right. Wow, yeah, people were and honestly, people were making money in my NFT group. Like, the NFT came out, they were all over these IOEs. See these, Steve Aoki bought a Crypto Mori. Crypto Moris came out, and they were kind of connected to the, and you could have bought them dirt cheap just the other day, like buy Crypto Moris. And someone in my group was like, hey, you should get these Crypto Moris. They're cheap as hell, and they're like right here, look, Crypto Moris floor price today. And when they first came out, they were cheap, like half an ETH, a little less than half an ETH. He said Steve Aoki bought one for 18 ETH yesterday, last night, and they flew. Bought mine at 55, sold for 155. Forgot it was listed, but still a nice gainer. So he forgot that he had it listed for 155. Had he not, he probably would have sold it for way more. So I'm telling you right now, people are making a killing in my NFT metaverse and focus group, there's a select, they're not all the lifers, but there's a good portion of the lifers that are hardcore into these. Look, we found these, which were EGLD apes, like Elrond apes. We got these when there were 2 Elronds, 2 or 1 Elrons. Now there's 7. And Elrond's going to go up in value since where it was. So, like, and if Elrond gets back to $500, I mean, you're talking a $3,000 Elrond ape that you paid freaking a couple $100 for. So, I'm just saying there is movement here. There is movement. I think I'm going to start getting a little heavier into these. I think I'm going to start getting a little heavier into NFTs. We knew about Alien Friends when they first came out. Like, when they first came out, like, Friends were just out. And then you know, Gary Vee was all over them. My Alien Friend just sold for 4 ETH, 10K. Bought it for 0.2 ETH, $500 1 month ago. Picked up another one for 3.4 and pocketed 6.6 ETH. You know? So, like, this dude just turned $500 into $10,000 in a month with Alien Friends. So, we teach you this stuff too in my group. All right? We do it all. My 5 rooms that come in with your trading, insane. That's why even in 1 month, you won't be able to figure out everything going on in my rooms, because it's like, it's similar to going to an amusement park. Like, you can't ride every ride in the amusement park in 1 month, in 1 day. You have to come back. So, like, the first month, you're going to take tutoring. You're going to be in the TA learning library, and you're going to be grinding and learning. You know, your second month, once you have a little handle on TA, maybe you dabble in some NFTs a little bit, you learn. Maybe that month you get into DeFi. You take the DeFi course. Right? But I got it all waiting for you whenever you're ready to evolve your moves and get on up to the next levels. First it's trading, then it's DeFi, then it's NFTs. And I've flipped NFTs. I've done the DeFi. I've made all the mistakes for you. I've done it all. I fell on my face on Uniswap. I'm not trying to say I'm the greatest and the best. I've made many a mistake. The reason why I'm here is showing you the mistakes I made and trying to keep you from making the same ones. If I can share my life story and it can teach you from making a mistake, then that's the point of this whole live stream. That's the point of my entire channel. That's why I'm here every single day. All right. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream and showing your support and your love. Gangster, not utility on Secret Network. NFTs like to pump when the market is hurting. That seems to be the trend so far. Meta projects wrecked people hard. Just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. They really did wreck a lot of people because people got in at the very hype and they were like, oh, it's going to change everything. And a lot of people got rocked by meta projects. It's kind of sad. When there are millions of unwanted NFTs, you will want to own SVT. Interesting. The Cryptolution Revolution. Only a small amount of certain people make money on NFTs. It's a joke. DeFi and Bitcoin will be here for the long time. I mean, I agree. That's why I keep 0.01% in NFTs. Like, I don't dabble in them hardcore. But, you know, my group tends to hone in on ones that actually matter. All right. Let's take a look how TONIC did. We talked about Tectonic. It did damage. It was pushing up. I think it would have to have come back from now. Let's take a look. A little bit of a pullback for Tectonic, I would expect. Oh, a nasty one. Let's take a look. Of course. Crypto, man. Always play with you. So, wow, look, this thing did serious damage. We were talking about it down here in this little cup and handle. And went up like, how much? 343%. Maybe you could have got a push up. And that's why I always play these with a small stop loss here. And if it doesn't work out, then you get stopped out. Oh, well. You know what? That's not that bad compared to where it was. To me, let's take a look at Tectonic. All right. I'm going to put it on the 4-hour time frame, see what we can get in all of its moves here. All right, so even after that push, this thing was down in the dumps from where it originally. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. So this thing is just like, the VCs dumped it. That's what happens. So they get in at the early times and they dump it to the downside. And then this thing had to pick up the pieces. So really, that's interesting. If you really look at it now, after that massive 300% move, nobody even knows about it still. Like, it's old to us, but no one, you have to remember, we're so deep in the space. When we get to find something, we're some of the first people to touch it. You have to remember that. Like, because I'm on every single day, because you guys come here, because we're obsessive, we're the first people to find this stuff. I mean, this says it's about to pop again out of a cup and handle for more gains. Tectonic. I mean, it says you could get another 114% out of Tectonic. That's just what the TA says. Nothing's guaranteed at all, but that's what we're looking at. Interesting. So cup and handle for Tectonic, moving up on the stochastics RSI. I would put this on your radar. I would do some research. Take a look at it. Follow me on Twitter, @CryptoLifer33. You just might get a coin in your lap. All right. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 370 viewers at the most, at the height of the viewership here. Sad that long is just sideways. And we are preparing for a bigger short, but so is the rest of the market. They could get rocked. We shall see. We shall see. VR just had a little bit of a pump. Nothing crazy. Bunnyverse. It is on the radar. I'm looking at Bunnyverse. All right. A lot of spam action today. Horrible. So watch Tectonic. Keep it on the radar. If something's moving, we're going to be on it. It's just that simple because that's all we do. So if something's moving, we're going to be on it. Tectonic. All right. And I also post the coin market. So you yourself can research it, find the contract address, and see what you see. Keep Tonic on the radar. Tectonic. Okay. We don't stop. We're relentless here on this channel. Over and over again. We dot our I's and cross our T's. And we're very, very thorough with our work. Okay? We don't play around. Super Chat, ALEPH0. It's ALEPH0, Tonic, and ICP. Yeah, I didn't know where to chart ALEPH0, though. That's the thing. Like, Wallet, Explorer, Users, Testnet, Challenges, FAQ, Career Team. And you could only get it on the MEX. So you have to look at it there and see if they can like show you a chart for it. Yeah, I get it. $1.44 AZERO. All right. On MEX Global. Okay. All right, you see what I see here. I don't think I'm going to be able to draw just because like they don't like. But look, line there. Line there, it is forming a bull pennant. Could break to the upside. From what I see, it is forming a bull pennant. Could break to the upside. You're getting a higher low there, but you get a rejection point at this place here, right? I don't think the Alt T is my. These don't work too well whenever you're, on the exchange. Whatever reason, I don't know why, but so I'm having a hard time tracking it for you. It's the only place I can really see it. You know what I actually could do? I could go to CoinTrader Pro. Sorry. I'm slipping. When in doubt, go to CoinTrader Pro. You'll be able to track it a lot better. And we'll go to ALEPH. Nah, I don't have it. It's too early. Oh, there it is. AZERO on the day. No, they don't got it. Okay, moving forward. Sorry about that. Bang, bang, bang. And I was a little late today. That's why I pushed the show a little later. But I'm going to jump out of here for a second. Bring ALEPH back. Yeah, ALEPH was the best. I loved ALEPH. He was such a nice guy, wasn't he? That little orange dude. A lot of people have no idea what we're talking about, probably, because like we're old. Like, if you know who ALEPH is, then you're an old dude. Anyone here? Put a 1 in the comment section if you ever watched an episode of ALEPH. Did you watch ALEPH? He was such a sweet dude. He would always get, his feelings would get hurt. But who remembers ALEPH? I mean, he was such a nice guy, right? Put a 1 in the comment section if you know who ALEPH is and you hung out with ALEPH. Bitcoin came down, hit 37.5. All right, let's take a look at the smaller time frames. And this is just a 5-minute making a cup and handle. See? You can look. It's a 5-minute cup and handle. Check it out. Ready? So you got your double bottom, right? I broke out. Bang, bang, bang. And now you're making your cup and handy. Remember, because these are going to oscillate while the bigger time frame moves. So you wait for this to come down a little bit more, hit the zone, and bang, bang, bang. This makes sense to me. And the 1 hour still, I play the 1 hour to the 1 hour, the 1 hour is looking good to me. 15-minute, starting to push on out. But you know what? I've seen this even happen though. 15-minute roll on you, and then the 1 hour kind of continues down. Anything is possible, everybody. I want you to know that. These are just probabilities that I play over and over again. My consistency is the only reason that it plays out over and over again, because I'm consistent with it. Do the same things over and over again in trading, and that's the only way you're going to have an edge. You got to do the same things over and over and over again. If you're not doing the same things over and over again, you're not going to see results. You can't pick and choose. Wow, a lot of ALEPH fans out there, huh? Wow. Dustin, oh my God, yes. Anyone ever watch all ALEPH Christmas special? Dustin, oh my God, I did. Rodney, thank you. I'm seriously thought I was the only one, yo. You're so funny, Dustin. Pochu Inu. Pochi Inu. You guys are still so bad. I'm going to look at it just because you never know, but like, Pochi Inu. 18,000 followers on Linktree. Pochi Inu launching next on Yashapad. We are live. Contract address for Pochu 13 minutes ago. Pochu Inu. This thing just came out, guys. 13-minute old coin. Wrapped ETH. That's so whack. Look what it did, though, right when it came out. Look. Look, it went up 7,000%. It's just so funny. In 5 minutes, literally in 5 minutes, it's up 7,800% gain. It's like just like only poo coins, man. Like, this is crazy. This is why if you're not ready for this world, like, you got to be real careful, because like this is a vicious world. Look, this thing is out for 13 minutes and it's up 7,000% already. This will be the earliest I've ever seen a coin in my life. Like, like, I don't think I ever saw a coin in 13-minute old. Like, that's crazy for wrapped ETH on Uniswap. I just want to see how high the gas fee is going to be if I try to buy this thing. Like, I just want to gander, because it's probably going to be ridiculous. It's probably going to be ridiculous. Let's take a look. Uniswap, right? I'll load up the old MetaMask. I haven't been on Uniswap in ages. Pochi Inu, man. This is a ridiculous. And again, don't grab contract addresses ever from Twitter. All right, it could be a fake Twitter account. Like, be very careful. Even if it looks like it has the followers and everything, just be very careful. Okay. Try to go to contract addresses. Go to Telegram. Do at least the right thing. 2,000 people into this thing. Pochi Inu. Tap to verify, then start press. All right. Tap to verify. A general purpose, and hit start. Right. Top matching emoji. This guy. Alright, this guy. And the cheese. It's a good one. And now you want to go join channel, right? See, this looks like a fake channel. See, look at that. Verify, Pochi Inu official. That was weird, right? I don't know. I just be really careful on any of these coins, all right? Be very careful. Very, very careful. Could be a rug pull, And I didn't get paid. No one knows. I'm not like, And look at there. There's just starting to break on out, just like we talked about. Look at there. There's my cup and handle. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, how does this guy do this? Because I just do it. If you do the same thing over and over again, you'll be consistent. It's pretty simple. Okay. AVAX, look, shoulder, head, and shoulder could break out of this line here on the 5-minute. Get some love. That's in a cup and handle too. Everything's falling that cup and handle Bitcoin's in now on the 5-minute. Get a little push up. All right, look, it wants to push up here on the AVAX. Starting to see signs of life. You got to really go to the 15-minute because you can't get much market structure. To me, you could say it breached. See that? And now you can start saying, oh, yeah, we did break out of the falling wedge. But you wouldn't have seen that before. Okay. And look, shoulder, head, then we make a right shoulder, we bounce out again. MACD about to cross, seeing movement here on the 15-minute. And the 1 hour, that's a great time to jump on some AVAX. You know, I mean, again, do whatever makes you happy, but that's a bit of a cup and handle for AVAX. I could see it doing some damage to the upside. Okay. Don't be too, I'd be a little cautious, it's wary, but, you know, Bitcoin's getting on the move a little bit. Tiny little bit. Tiny little bit. Beautiful cup and handle on BPAD. MTV, you know, if you know, I hold a lot of multivac. I hope it's going to do some damage one day because I've been holding it for way too long. Yes to Lifer Inu. Lifer Inu. Oh, man, that coin would fly. Want or hour happening tonight at 8. YouTube. Awesome. Warrior hour happening tonight at 8 p.m. The Warrior token. ORE, baby. Let's take a look at that coin right now. ORE. Outrace. No. The OR token. $5 million market cap. This might be it, but I don't know. I like how they use USDT pair 2 for you real fast. Ah, this thing is just... Man. Just getting hammered. I believe in you, Ori. I'll give you a couple years. The team's amazing. They don't look like they're going anywhere. The BNB pair pumped a little bit there. Coming back down. It's kind of following Bitcoin. Funny. It's like they're all in that same... Like, that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. It has a little lower low, but that's like Bitcoin in a nutshell. You know? So, everything hangs on Bitcoin. As you can see, the smaller the coin, the worse it is. You know? Too bad I liked OR 2. Launching the game soon. I want that ORE. You handle good in rough times wonderfully. I'm inspired. Shout out to Grace Ashley Harris. Thank you so much. Had a dump today. Make your own token anytime, baby. Anytime, baby love. CVX USD Convex Finance came out today on KuCoin. Let's take a look at that. CVX on KuCoin Convex Finance. Thank you so much, Chad Smith. Appreciate that. CVX USDT. I mean, you can also look at it, the pair on... Sometimes when it comes on KuCoin, it takes a couple days for it to hit. There it is, though. So you got to go to the smaller time frames, and this is how it happens when it hits the exchange. It just rips. Craziness happens and ensues. Thing went from thing went from 14 cents all the way. It did a double up immediately. It's crazy, right? You'd still be holding the move right now. You could actually sell off, but a lot of people are still actually happy, or they sold off up here, and whoever's left is like, all right, I'm going to see what happens. So you're like, why are you still in there, you know? There's the same cup and handle that Bitcoin's in. Isn't that funny how see how market structure rips through the whole market? Bitcoin's in that cup and handle. We showed it to you, you know? It's kind of a very wacky pattern, you know? I'd be wary of this. I'd be very wary of this till it gets some more market structure. Okay? All right. Now, market is sketchy today. Probably one of the sketchiest days I've ever seen. Up and down. Back and forth, sideways. There's a lot of days where I watch the market. You do not have to trade every day. Let me keep repeating that. You do not have to trade every single day. Foolish for you to push yourself into trading every day. Look at that. That is breaking out like I talked about. How crazy is that? We talked about this bull pennant breaking out. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder broke out to the upside. That's your measured move. Probably you're going to flatline, but the Dow still shows signs of life. up 900 points today, up 90 points today. I thought it would open at least down. I'm surprised that it's up right now on that move, you know. Bitcoin holding 37,008. There's your flag pushing to the upside of the 5-minute. That is a cup and handle. We went over that. Highly likely to push up to the upside. And there's your Bitcoin idea. 1 hour does need a push. We'll see how high it can go. All right. This is what we want to see, the breakout. Can we get the breakout? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I'm out for the day. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you to everyone who jumped on in for the class yesterday and whoever signed up for the class on Friday, a MetaMask course on Friday. Remember, whether it's a bear or a bull market, you need to understand what's happening in the future of finance. You need to understand how to take control of your destiny. This MetaMask course really will do that for you because it will teach you how to lock in and connect to all of forefront chains. Avalanche, Harmony One, Binance, Ethereum, Phantom, Matic, all right, and Solana. It's going to give you that ability to find a coin on any blockchain at any time and make that move. So stay tuned, stay excited, stay strong. So much is coming. This class will blow your mind. I'm telling you, we'll also have fun doing it. I always have fun whenever I hang out with my lifers. So it's 2 hours of fun. It's $125. It'll blow your mind. It's this Friday from 3 to 5. Whether we're in a horrible bear market, this class is amazing because you can learn how to take stable coins and make high percentage gains on them that you couldn't make on any other bank or anywhere else in the world. If it's a bull market, then you can learn how to actually get into a coin and then make more residual income off a coin that you absolutely love. So, hey, there's so much that you can get out of this class. It's waiting for you every Friday from 3 to 5. I would love to see each and every one of you in there. Also, someone said they took this course and it stopped them from sending money to the wrong address. They saved $700 immediately. And also best practices. It teaches you how to stay secure and safe while you're sending funds around in cryptocurrency. So I think it's a needed course for everyone that wants to dabble into DeFi, and it's a great thing. It also teaches you everything you need to know about MetaMask, the advanced settings, so you are like a very well-versed person when it comes to the MetaMask wallet. So do whatever makes you happy. I love you all. I'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Today, too, is the second. A great day to join the Patreon. I must have to plug it. A great day to join the Patreon. You'll be charged next month on the 1st, a reoccurring. You won't have to think about it. So you can join the Patreon with a credit card, and it's just like Netflix or anything else. It becomes reoccurring. But you can also get a 10% discount. Who doesn't like a discount, especially right now with inflation? 10% off. Pay for $270 for 3 months in cryptocurrency. And, and you can also jump in for the month. We take 1 month, too. If you want to jump on in, pay with PayPal or cryptocurrency. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. If you would like to pay for cryptocurrency to get into the trading group, we'll get you started right away. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. I'll see you guys on the next live stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. And remember, today is weekly screen share. If you jump into the group today by 3 or 4 o'clock, you'll get enough access. You'll be at the weekly screen share with me, 6 p.m. Intimate, close, awesome time. And we spend 2 hours together really getting it in. I love you all. I'll see you tonight at the weekly screen share. Have a wonderful day. Be safe.